o'clock, man. Great job here, pounded out on the day. So we did a good job here today for you guys, I feel like, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Short Apple, short the Qs. Let's see what winds up happening here as the market's at day's high. Short might not be right, but we're there.
It's doing what NVIDIA was doing before.
Yeah, okay, it's going off. So we'll have the midday guys. They're going to be looking all over AMD as well. So thank you, Bears versus Bulls. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to Mitch earlier as well. Thanks to Dara. Thanks to everybody, the whole board, man. Andre. Chilean Nightmare over there. Thank
Hard
you so
work
much.
fixing the issues we had this morning to
Yep, exactly,
to get you guys the show. Good
and
job,
thank you everybody for being patient with us on that one as well. All right, we're done out of here. We're back at 2. It's the big guys right now. We'll see you later. Midday show. Sound guys.
Wireless, man.
We got those.
Oh, there's Donald. Boom! Greetings and salutations, beautiful people. That right there is your boy Joey Shivers, and Sharif, my boy. That's my boy Joey Dang Options, my man. Yes, and we're gonna wait for everyone to come on over from the other stream. A couple of early birds, Joseph. We got James Choi, Snowman. Gorev, we got Jacques, we got Vern, we got YV and Bren Rex. Shout out to you, MGO, baby. I got that. That's number 1 for the small cap gappers. Christopher Jones, VWAP Trader saying so. Just Living, Racer X9, and Micah, Mike DeRider. He be deriding these markets to the upside, my boy. Get it, Adara. We got Scott Tomlinson. We got Just Living, Oslam, not Ozan, Oslam. We got the OG Darwin, the world's freaking greatest mod. He is. Bears versus Bulls. We got Omar. We got M.A. Bax. Marcelino. Marcelino, are you from Seinfeld? That the superintendent. Wasn't his name Marcelino in Seinfeld? Skull, James Choi again. The Piper drops trades. We got Bob. We got Cole J. Not J. Cole. No. Cole J. Hello, hi. Scott J. as well. Cold King Blue Army. We got Why Not. We got Astra. We got Chris Joseph. We got Dylan Patel. Kirk D. Echo Max. The money's coming in fast and freaking furious. I don't know what DOP is. Is that Dominican pesos? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
500, Joseph, Dominican pesos from your friend there, Jedi. NVIDIA going, is it ever, man? Breaking through that 130. It's up bigly on the day. We got, who else? Trader CL, a couple of more here. PC Hoon and Gamer Nardo 2 Real. Shout out to you. Never seen your name before. Thank you for joining us today. And if you have been here, I do apologize for not noticing. It's a fantastic day, obviously, in these markets, Joseph. Up and to the right we go.
Up and to the right we go, guys. All right, this is what we're going to do. You're going to see me post it into the chat right now, guys. We do the roll call, but we want to see if you're green or red on the day. So throw that in there. I'm going to toss mine in there. Red yesterday, but that's okay. We climbed back and from a deficit and just barely tapped into that red there. But there you go. I put it green. So I want to see those green apples or those red apples into the chat and then see what everybody's up to. We got Bear vs. Bulls. He's got the green book going. Yeah, we're going to get those to you momentarily there. We got the red apple. That's all right. We don't worry about that because there's always another day. So nothing wrong with one single red day. We have plenty of them had those. I know you guys are putting green. Put the colors in there. I want to see green or red, green or red. This is all that matters.
Yellow, green, and yellow.
Let's go. Everybody's participating. Love seeing it. A solid day, man. When everybody's making money, it's a good time. We're having a good time. There's no question about that. Love seeing this. Got the SpongeBob, the cactuses, the broccoli. Ooh, shout out Neil. He doesn't like the broccoli, but we getting that in the chat. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, man. One of my favorite vegetables.
I don't know what's going on over there.
Hey, it's all right.
Come on, Neil.
Teach their own, man. Maybe we get.
You don't like broccoli? What's going on over there, man?
I said no. That's crazy.
He says it with confidence.
That's crazy.
That's my man. As he's chowing down.
Yeah,
right now. He's chowing.
On that. The plums are good around here. Yeah, the plums are good around here. We can't deny that. Sharif. All right, let's get into these market guys. We're green, but we're gonna go on to that's all right. We got a mixed color Bell R with the yellow. I'm guessing that's flat. But IBIT, let's go 0 for 2 on the day on this one. That's totally fine. We were looking for this long. The market was ripping to the top side. I'm looking for Bitcoin to join. Didn't work out. I started punching relatively heavy here, and then we got stopped out. I tried small one more time, and then I was like, all right, adios. You don't want to participate with the overall market. then we're going to go find something else that's strong, and that is Robinhood, Sharif. I've been talking about this thing 2 quarters ago. Your boy's in nice and early, and now we've been climbing. We're not too far off of those all-time highs, up 6 1/4 here in the day, Sharif. So absolutely beautiful trading on Robinhood this morning. Entry 1, we double it up right there, and then we triple it up right there, Sharif. So I was 0 for 2. Yeah, I was 0 for 2 to start, but then one trade just puts you nicely green. So you go bang, entry, add, and then you get that move all the way up to the top, and then I just cut that break even because I did think that we were going to come into my break even right here and test the volume weighted average price. But this market is absolutely strong, and you don't want to be fighting it. Even though Tesla did just break the volume weighted average price, I'm not going to be looking for any shorts just yet. We might get that reversion trade, but you got to be patient on a day like this. Look for the continuation in strength, and that's exactly what we did here in Robinhood this morning, guys. So let's go Robinhood. I've been talking about it for a long time, and NVDA at 130. My average is 105 on the swing, boys. So we're just it's been a money
dunk
storm.
on everybody, bro.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
just dunking on everybody.
Hey, tough times don't last. Tough people do, Sharif. And you know, we took some nasty hits, but then we just climbed back and just are now feeling really good. But just again, you got to humble yourself because good times don't last forever either. So you gotta stay level-headed, even though we're excited.
Well said, my guy. SMR is on one today. So obviously, it's not a small cap gapper. It's a $6 billion more, actually $6.12 billion market cap, trading at the highs right here, guys. 2158. It's been insanely respectful of that volume weighted average price. It's been basically a bottom today for SMR ever since clearing it at around 930. What a fantastic look. We're going to wait for a retracement either into $21 or that 2050 where the volume weighted average price is. What a look today on SMR. But we're doing it live right now on your friend MOGO. We're going to take a print here. I'm kind of upset about this one. I was waiting for the bigger position for the volume weighted average price retracement. I got in baby position at the 10 EMA. Wasn't sure if this was going to be a 10 EMA bounce or a VWAP bounce because they're awfully close together. I'm talking about those two areas of technical, what I perceive to be technical support. MOGO, the biggest, the baddest of the small cap gappers on the day, up 128%. This is what I'm talking about right here. It comes into that green line, as you know. If you've been watching the show before, that green line will always be the 10 exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart on all my black charts, with the white line being that volume weighted average price. So I got in initially as a starter position at the 10 EMA, and I have a bigger order that has gone unfilled. Number one, to defend VWAP, but also VWAP did overlap with that whole dollar level. So I liked it a bit better. Doesn't matter what I like. It matters what the market gives you. So right now, it is not giving me that entry, but it is giving me a big boy move to the upside right now. What a look here on MOGO. We're going to wet the beak again there, Katina, man, as he gets ready to go swimming. We're going to pump him up about that. Shout out to that. We're going to keep an eye here on MOGO, and I will leave that resting order to defend the volume weighted average price and that $2 level active. I still feel that this is a valid level, despite the fact we haven't gotten it to it yet. So a couple of prints here on MOGO, but certainly really nothing to write home about. We'll look to get into some more size. Guys, as I mentioned, look at SMR, bro. I was just talking about this at 50 cents, Joseph. Wow. It's in the high 80s. This thing is breaking out. SM frickin' R, aka New Skill Power, is on one right now, and I just talked about it, 6.11 billion market cap. Try about 6.2 in how quickly that changed. SMR is on one right now, guys. Keep your eye out on this one. I'm going to share my my other charts in a second, but suffice it to say, I'm also looking at a possible flat top break here on everybody's friend, Archer Aviation. 1125 high a day. It's trading at 1120 right now. This thing has been rejecting the quarter dollar since 10:15. So we're going on an hour of that 11.25 acting as a key area of technical resistance. Now, why am I looking for a move above that? Well, have you looked at the price action on the day? It's up 25%. And if it keeps rejecting that area, maybe, just maybe, the seller or the shorts absolutely get squeezed to the high side. I just noticed I'm not plugged in. I did hear Adara call. Are we going to Adara?
I didn't get anything.
I didn't get it yet?
Yeah, okay. Can I get a test there in the ear, please? Yeah, there
We're good. I hear you. I hear you, Assassino. Yeah.
Bang.
Adair, are we going to you or no? Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Dan.
Our friend Donald Trump has entered a building.
Oh.
Saudi-U.S. Investment Forum. Even though he's in a different country, he still is unfortunately a bit late. We were expecting this to begin around 9:45. I was seeing either before 10 a.m. Eastern. Right? Apparently he's speaking. I'm not hearing any audio in this Fox stream, but I don't think he's mic'd up yet. Either way, he's just entered the building. I'll be keeping an eye on this. If I see or hear anything, I will let you guys know right away. Keeping tabs. But here, yeah, just worth letting you guys know as we reach days highs on the market, Donald Trump has quite literally entered the building. Back to you.
There he is. Get it, Donald. He's with MBS. MBS has now removed his ceremonial black covering. I don't know how to say it in English. I know how to say it in Arabic. And now he's just wearing that white one. He got a little hot, guys, okay? It's hot in Saudi. So, yeah, they're doing it. He's showing him some artwork there. Looks like some paintings of the former king with Jimmy Carter and some other stuff. You know, he's being courted, obviously. Make a long story short, there's a lot of business leaders in Saudi. I saw Altman. I saw Musk. I saw Jensen. I saw Lisa. I saw your friend, the haired one, Alex Karp. Everybody and their mother's third cousin has gone to this place, Joseph.
Alex is just like, man, how can I sell these guys like some serious
Department of Offense, baby. The guy's an
like,
animal.
listen, I got this pitch for you guys here.
Yes, sir.
Organic heat-seeking missiles. We're gonna get that to you guys. Palantir. Oh my God,
What happened,
Robinhood,
Joseph?
man. Robinhood is.
Is up to no good?
It's honestly, it's up to. It just keeps stealing from the rich and giving to the poor here, Sharif. Robinhood just absolutely on fire now, breaching that high a day, man. What a crazy, crazy stock. And yeah, Daniel, honestly, I wanted to get into IBIT. I'm kicking myself on that front. So I don't want to go down too much I don't want to go down that road too much here. But this is what I was looking at, and then I just, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Your boy didn't pull the trigger, which is slightly frustrating, but that's okay. We're going to find another opportunity here. Yeah, Tesla's gone too. This market is so strong right now, guys. This is exactly what we want to see. Yeah, IBIT was a clean trend break. I had that look there, Neo, and yeah, it's just gone now. So good, really, really good look there on IBIT, and then there goes Robinhood. Just wow, look at this parabolic move, man. This is crazy. Like, see, that's the thing here, guys. So we'll just kind of just dive into what the thesis was. So you can see this strong trend here, especially out of the opening drive, and then we have this consolidation phase. But one thing to note is that VWAP is tracking relatively well. So the volume it's keeping up with price action. The volume weighted average is keeping up with price action. It's curling with it, and that's a sign of strength. So there we go. That's why we decided to get slightly more aggressive on it. Can we have more? Always we can have more. We need more. But we didn't. But again, doubled my losses on what I had on IBIT, and so you got to be happy with the execution. The only issue is that just sizing. You just want to get extremely more aggressive on that front. But there goes Tesla, there goes Robinhood. IBIT's now gone. Let's go. And your boy, just like Katina, man, I sold some Google. I don't care about that. I feel zero ways because that's just going to allow me to grab some more stocks that I believe have more potential growth. 3, 4, 5% a year is nice, but I want to find something that's value like Robinhood, trading at $30, 700% increase year over year on crypto transactions, 100% increase on options transaction, the gold subscription, the AI bot, the agents, and everything along those lines. I'm loving Robinhood right now, and that's exactly why we were trading it today and why I'm invested in it for the long term.
Bang. Shout out to my man Jay Lee, who covered most of his TSLL short. 41 penny winner, my man there, Jay freaking Lee. Shout out to him. Jacques, OMSE, IPO just opened. Say less, my man. Let's go over here. Let's cover this IPO. I didn't have any information on this one. Didn't know it was coming. That's going to have to be something that I do every morning now. I'm going to have to start seeing if there are IPOs scheduled to go live on that day. There it is. We are live on OMSE. Thank you very much. Wow. Looks like the opening price there, Joseph, $8 on the dot. Let me, I don't think it's updating here, the price action, so I'm going to have to throw this on the side chart to make sure it's updating. There we go. So it's quite spready, about 15, 20 pennies from what I can see right here. $8 opening price. Sorry, let me just throw on the ticker. I know that it's really hard to see. I do apologize there. There we go. It weaseled up to 880 with a low of 750, so we're somewhere in between. Doesn't look like it's got all that much volume. I think we've been opened up here. This is a 1-minute chart. Opened up at 11:12, so we're 3 minutes deep. We have about 400,000 shares. Not too bad, not too bad, but we'll keep an eye certainly on this one. OMSE, guys. OMS Energy Technologies is the name of the company. Obviously, needless to say, I don't have any information on it other than that because it is just a new IPO. So there it is. We'll keep an eye out on that one. And if we have any more information, we shall share that with you as time goes on. So I'm done. My Mogo trade got out top wick. I'm leaving this order active. As I've mentioned, that $2 VWAP retracement order still, I believe, is valid. There's a buyer here at 10 preventing it from descending. There we go. We lose the buyer. We're coming into 9s and 10s. Let me just get my beak wet here with small size just in case it doesn't come down into my level there. Okay, so we're long at 09s. I'm still leaving that order active for a VWAP retracement, but we know what this is. It's a crowded trade at VWAP, so you may not get all the way back. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Now, why do I say that? Well, if I'm looking at VWAP, Joseph's looking at VWAP, Adara's looking at VWAP, even Assassino is taking VWAP trades up there.
Damn.
No, but I exaggerate for a fact. There's my guy. No, seriously, it gets to be a crowded trade. So if that's the case, people typically front run the level, so you may not get all the way down. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So I just got involved there super quick so that I can get some shares. So it does move up. I got something. We got Adara at the big desk.
Yeah, I want to tell you guys a little bit more about this OMSE. I looked into this a bit more. OMS Energy, this is a Singaporean company, so the company is based in Singapore. They're offering 3.7 million shares. This IPO was priced at $9 per share. It opened at $8 per share, so actually opening below the expected price. Interesting note here for OMSE. Apparently, they also granted their underwriter a 45-day option to purchase an additional 555,000 shares. So additional 500,000 shares can be purchased by the underwriter. But again, with this IPO, they have offered 3.7 million shares, $9 per share, opening up at $8 per share. More details here in OMSE. This event is happening. They're just taking Trump on a tour, and I'm hearing a lady's voiceover. Back to you.
Yeah. I don't think they're at the palace anymore, though, Joseph. They look like they're at like a conference. There's a backdrop, PIF, which is the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. That's MBS right there, still giving him the grand tour. So yeah, we'll keep you guys apprised there.
Riyadh season, baby.
Riyadh season. Where's Turkey at?
Yeah, I don't know.
Think Turkey's there?
He's still probably in NY. That's why he's
exactly.
chilling out in New York City there.
That Crawford, what's his name? Canelo fight's going to be wild. I think Crawford whoops.
He beats him.
He beats him bad.
Yeah, he does.
Do you think KO? Or are we going to
No, Canelo's never been KO'd, man.
KO. No, okay. That's fair, yeah.
TKO?
Like, do you think he beats him up enough? Terrence is nasty.
He's going to beat him up.
Terrence is nasty.
I mean, it's going to be a good fight, but I think, Terrence is going to... Yeah, he's gonna give Canelo the biggest beating of his
But we don't see too much of Terrence. That's the thing. So he fights once or twice a year. That's my issue.
That's all you need.
Like if he aged, Joseph, we're not gonna find out about it until it's too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Until that new hot young guy comes in and decides to put a whooping on him. But
yeah.
But see, that's the thing. I think TC is too smart to kind of go through that. He'll just call it quits, maybe.
Smart.
And just like get out of it. So
exactly.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, let's go Robinhood.
Go.
Man. I don't even know what to say. This thing's up 8 1/5 here, Sharif. So just absolutely continuing to climb, 62.15 and change here. So what a beautiful, beautiful underlying asset, man. I love Robinhood, man. It's been fun. It's a good ride. I don't even really know what to say. It's just a great stock for now anyways. But yeah, we'll enjoy that one. I'm not going to trim any just yet. We're going to go for that all-time high. We're not too far off it. The all-time high is around 68 or 66 there, Sharif, and we're trading at $62 right there. So what a fantastic ride that has been. But guys, I'm going to take one more stab at it. Not just yet though. So you can see, I like what Neil pointed out. He's like, okay, look at this breakout on the trend here, guys. You can see that volume really start to kick in. This is a positive sign. I like that. So if we can get a VWAP test, then I'm going to look to get involved. I mean, that might be a bit much to ask for, but if price starts to slowly turn around, I'm going to look to get involved in this name. I want to pull up the daily actually on the underlying just to see what it's looking like. And I mean, I heard the boys talking like a little bit of a rotation coming in here. I guess people aren't overly worried about recession now, so I guess that was a hedge against the recession. But it's still relatively strong, right? We're not too far off the all-time highs. Let me pull up Bitcoin. I hate how it always pulls up the market cap on me. Like, I don't care about that until it's $1 million. Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, again, still, so see, this is what we're looking at here. We're still relatively, we're holding this pattern here, but I want to correlate it. As I was doing some TA over the week, as you can see here, we got a nice up move breath, and then a nice additional up move here, somewhat of a breath, and then some strong days. I mean, we're on that third leg right now, so if we're going to make this push without any hefty rejection, and this is just me thinking out loud, is that we want to go on this move, or we're going to liquidity grab, and then have those two like back-to-back days where we push through those all-time highs. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. Maybe we get to back to the top of this range here today on IBIT or to yesterday's opening price on this candle, but we got to be patient. I do like this pullback right now. Gonna wait for any form of indecision below the volume-weighted average price and then look for the continuation of the trend that we've seen, because we did break it. We broke that downtrend, and then now we're on the backside of it. So be patient, wait for that indecision print at or below the volume-weighted average price, and then see if you can get that continuation to the top side.
All right, everybody's yelling about HCWB. I see you, Ostentations. I see you, Tisha. Tisha, I'm waiting for HCWB to break and hold high a day because it can false break and flush. Don't I see that, Tisha? Oh my goodness, look at the range per candle and the amount of false breakouts. I think the money fills here, Tisha, are just a skosh below the volume-weighted average price. You got it once, you got it twice, and you got it thrice. Okay, I appreciate you, Adara. So I'm keeping my eye on that. I totally agree with you, Tisha. This is going to give you dollars at a time. It's got big range. Trade it carefully, guys. HCWB up 226%. We're going to Adara LePage.
Trump and the Crown Prince here of Saudi Arabia have entered this event. Right now, they're standing, they're talking. They're still not mic'd up. We just have the one woman giving her voiceover and explaining what it is they are doing and looking at. Hopefully soon we will have some kind of talking here from Trump and the Crown Prince. I have 3 streams open for this event, so I am very, very tapped into this event. If anything happens in any of them, I will know. If it is market related or just generally important, I will absolutely share it with you guys. That is my update here with regards to Trump and this event. They did apologize, or they did thank people for their patience, so acknowledging this event is a little bit later than we were expecting. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Adara. All right, here's what we're looking at, guys. I totally forgot to show, yeah, that's what we've got. Now, this HCWB, that's a new entrant. I took off another one, BVST or whatever. It just went like V-shaped retracement. Shout out to Bovin. I saw it, brother. But you know how these ones are. If they lose VWAP, they give me that upside down V retracement. I'm just going to cut them, right? That's just simple as that. So HCWB, I'm working. Yeah, I am working, but I'm waiting for something around over here. I'm talking about that 13.5. The money fills, I'll submit to you again, are likely below VWAP. It's just done it over and over and over. I'm not taking a high of day break on this. This is awfully retracey. And when you get that high day break, let me make my case here. Case in point right here. You clear that 16.5, you on the way to 17, all hell breaks loose to the downside. You end up halting at 13.50 to the downside. Then you open substantially lower at $12. Lo and behold, though, we reclaim the trend of higher highs and higher lows. And it did it again over here. I'm talking about that 11 o'clock candle on the 5. Takes out that high day previously at 16 2/3. Goes up to 17.80. Flushes right back down into $15. So if it's done it once, it'll do it again. It's a habitual offender, and you need to see that in it. You need to know its characteristics. So I will not take a trade on this, no matter how much I'm compelled to do so, until it gets into VWAP, and I likely will have my money fill south of VWAP by a couple of shekels. I'll have to watch this one trade on the level 2 to see what kind of a spread we're getting and whether or not it's kind of hard to get those fills or what the situation is. So that's number 1. Imogo got stopped out. As soon as it lost VWAP, we end the trade. And it's substantially below VWAP now, so not going to be dealing with that. MVST looks fantastic, but it is a flat bottom break candidate, okay? A lower high, and then now using $3 as support also happens to be VWAP. You may have have 1 or 2 more VWAP bounces at $3 left in the tank, and then this likely flat bottoms break. So I'm probably going to look over to Neil and see how much shorts are going to cost me on this monster. We're going back to Adara.
The Saudi U.S. Investment Forum is officially kicked off. The woman who's speaking that I mentioned earlier is on the stage. She welcomed Trump and the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia to walk onto said stage. Everyone's on the stage, opening remarks. People have clapped. I will keep letting you guys know, but I do think it is worth noting. He's on the stage. Sounds like we might actually get this event starting, hopefully very soon. Thank you all for your patience as I digest the multiple streams of this event. Back to you.
Thank you, Adara. All right, I'm weaseling into SMR here. It just got a couple of candle pullback. I take everything out on SMR if it loses at 2/3 of a dollar.
Yeah.
21 2/3, Joseph.
No, so sorry. Yeah, so shout out Dave B though, sending his trades right here, guys. So thank you for that one, very, very much. It looks like a good one you're cooking up here today. So you can see his entry price right here, and just taking that move all the way up there. So there you go, Dave B. Thank you for sending those.
Dave.
I told you guys what to do, man. If you want to display your charts here live on Trader TV, just send them to your boy and we'll go over them. So there we go. Nice look there from Dave B. All right, guys, I want to get involved in this bit here. The thing is, though, I don't want to chase it. That's the thing. I feel like this is a little bit of a chase. I can risk to 86 as we're going to make that second leg higher. I'll be a little bit more patient. I think patience is key. I have a feeling I'm going to find a prime time entry, too. This market is moving up bigly, as my guy Shreve likes to say. So I'm going to be patient, wait for any form of indecision. Maybe we get a good solid short signal. But I don't know if shorting today's market is going to be ideal. So that's why you have to be really, really patient and precise. So, oh, yeah, it's my boy City Boy. Let's go. Yes, let's go. City Boy 305. Yeah, that's my guy over there. Yeah, shout out to you. So his mom's from Jamaica. So that's nice. I like that. All right, yeah, we like that for sure. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. That's the game plan here. Going to wait for this pullback. If IBIT does decide that it wants to crack this pivot, then maybe that trade is missed. But I'm going to be patient. I'll say it one more time because there's going to be plenty of opportunities today. I'm looking at RGTI. The thing is, though, I know Neil was trading it this morning. It's done a lot of nothing today, unfortunately. A big sell-off on the report last night. But here you can see that we're forming these higher lows, which is somewhat of a positive sign. So you can just risk to 10.20, so 20 pennies of risk on that trade, and then look for that breakup and see if you can test this pivot high. So those are what I got my eyes on here today. I think patience is the name of the game, and I'm going to continue to do so, Shreve.
I appreciate that, man. Tell them how you really think, man.
For real, man.
There you go. All right, guys, here we go. So we're doing it here on SMR. Long here at, where did I get? I got 96s. I'm giving this all the way down into the 10 exponential moving average. So I'm putting my dollar cost averages right into that 10 EMA, which right now is in the high 50s, low 60s. Alas, we're still in the 60s. Just got the fill right now. Back up into the high 80s we go. Let's see how this one ends up doing. If it loses that $0.50, that's going to be the end of the trade for me on that one. And I will look to refresh just a little bit below 21, really depending on where the volume weighted average price is. Currently, it's showing me about $20.80. HCWB, I'm shocked. I'm so shocked. It's halted to the downside. I mean, we've talked about this, guys. It will lose the bid once it breaks that high a day. So now it's halted at 15.26. Again, I don't go long here. I'm going to wait for the volume weighted average price. Again, that's currently at around 13 high 30s. So let's just say 13 1/3. As I've mentioned, my opinion is that the money fills are a little bit below the volume weighted average price, just given its history. It's done that 3 times already on the day. So, I will get in at, 1340s, just a front run VWAP, but I'll also have another resting order just below that to get the money fill. So I can't throw an order right now unless I use a market on open, and I don't need to because we're still substantially higher than my entry. I'm talking about HCWB, guys, up 192%. Let me give you some information on it now that I'm waiting for it. Volume on the day, 27.5 million shares. Market cap, 17.15 million. Let's find out what the float and the short float is, Joseph. HCWB. We got a float, according to Trade Ideas, I'll juxtapose that with mine, of 44.32 million. Mine is saying something substantially different. Mine is saying 18. And we don't have really a short float of note here, 1.33% borrowed for short. So not much to write about there, guys, with respect to that. So involved in SOUN as well. I weaseled into this one. Soundhound, I realize I'm punching in at the high of the day, but again, this one is really giving me that higher low, higher high, and I've put in a resting order there to front run what I see as a 10 EMA. I didn't put any beak wetters just because I think, you know, well, I don't want to take anything out here. I'd rather build my position into this. 11 1/3 is where I see the 10 EMA, and that's where I'm hanging out. I'm actually trying to front run that a little bit. Let's go back now to, what's the other one? SMR, to see if we got the fill. No, we still didn't get the fill, waiting at the 2/3 of a dollar, so we'll pack our patience on that as it moves back into the 80s again. I just don't want to chase it. As I mentioned, MVST, a very interesting candidate for me. And by the way, Neil let me know that this one is free for shorts. MVST is the one I'm talking about. And so we can just do a quick test. I should have done this before I even asked him. There you go. You can see that purple line show up. That means we can short it. Now, I don't typically short these bad boys on top of the volume weighted average price. I will need a flat bottom break through VWAP and through $3 to get involved with that. So that's what I'm keeping my eye on currently. So that's what I'm looking at right now, guys. I'm just going to send it to you, Joe. We're going to go to Adara, and then I got something else to tell you guys.
Just be aware, I'm seeing select excerpts were released here by the White House press pool of Trump's upcoming speech. Currently, we have the Prince of Saudi speaking, but nothing here is market related. Again, of the excerpts we've seen, they have not released the entire stream. Or sorry, the entire speech. Apparently he's going to be looking to mark new chapters with Lebanon and Syria. He said in Syria they must hope the new government will succeed. Talks about Iran. Basically, Donald Trump, at least in the excerpts we've seen of his speech, nothing that seems particularly of note for the market yet. But again, just excerpts so far. Trump has not started talking yet, guys. Back to you.
Thank you very much for that, Adara. Just throwing in an order over here for our friend MVST. I'm going to front run the size. I'm just going to put it at 50. So that's what we're going to do there. But I also want to let you know something else. We're launching it.
Oh, it's a new one.
It's called Studio 8, Joseph. And it's not just a renovation. It's a metamorphosis, baby. The transformation is real. From the set to the sound, to the way we deliver content, Studio 8 is a full evolution. Trader TV literally started in a room with just a couple of desks. And now we're building Studio 8, our most biggest and most ambitious upgrade yet. It's not just cosmetic, by the way. Studio 8 is a shift in how we connect with you, our community, and with everybody else. So more hosts, more energy, and more perspective. Shout out to the best team around, Studio 8, baby. There's everything melting and collapsing. Everything turned into goo there, Joseph.
Goo.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Oh my God, Adara just exploded. The screens went everywhere. Oh wow, I don't know. That's kind of violent a little bit, you know. Sorry about that, Adara, but you know, yeah.
Sorry,
well,
Adara.
we had. Someone had to go, Adara.
Someone had to go.
Someone
it was
had to.
Neil the first time, and then now
Neil collapsed the first time.
It was Neil, now Adara. Who's next?
You can't have Neil go twice. He's already gone once,
He's already
man.
gone. That's it.
So, like, yeah, let's get real, man.
Man, all right, guys. Palantir. Whoever's trading Palantir today,
Jose.
like, this is crazy. Palantir is absolutely insane. Is this all-time highs on this thing? Yeah, so there you go. Today, all-time high on Palantir. Okay. Look, so Sean's got Palantir, right? But your boy, Joey.
What do you do?
He's got Robinhood.
Oh.
Ooh, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
Everything's in competition with this guy,
that's
bro.
it. It's healthy. It's healthy, though. You know what I mean? It's healthy. That's just what it is. It's in my blood. We compete on every forefront there is. But here we go. Your boys got Robinhood starting to approach those all-time highs as well, too. And, I mean, we started grabbing it 2 quarters ago. We were talking about this name. So, Martinez long from yesterday, Palantir. Let's go to NY. I know Rivian's like, yeah, I'm long Robinhood. I'm like up here, but I'm pretty sure you just got like another $1 or something in the money. So nice work on that front, my friend. So again, I'm sitting on some cash. I'm waiting to grab some things. I've been slowly just closing my swing position on NVDA and on IBIT as well. So that's just been printing up in a massive storm. We're having a good time, man. Right at the start of the summer too. So you can't have more fun than this. So yeah, we're having a really, really good time, guys. But let's wait for this pullback here on IBIT. See if we can get that continuation of the trend. This is looking pretty good, to be honest with you. Nice strong volume on that breakout and on the backside of this trend. So now we want to see those buyers step in, and then we can continue that trend and maybe even punch through the high day. But momentum to the downside is slightly picking up, but we'll be patient and wait for that precise entry. But wow, Robinhood continuing to climb now at $62.88, only $4 or $3 off of that all-time high. Yeah, Scott Tomlinson, I've been trading today. I showed you guys my Robinhood trade earlier. I'm just being precise, right? It's unfortunate that we missed this entry, but I caught the second leg here, a nice move, and then I got stopped out break even. Well, I just punched out break even there, but man, what an opportunity missed here. But we can't cry over those because there's going to be plenty more, Sharif.
Yes, sir. Well said, Joseph. All right, guys, here's the deal. We got out of sound because it broke to the high side. So we got in at 45s. I just took it out there, almost at 60s, 58s, I believe, 59s, excuse me. So SOUN, we're done this trade. I didn't get that pullback. I only had a couple of outs there, but I'm waiting for now a retracement. I want to say, look, it's that $0.50 that it's obviously the psychological level of support and resistance, but look where the wicks all have trouble. It's at 1145, 1140. So I'm looking for a retest of that level. Currently, the 10 EMA is at 143. Let's just go ahead and throw another order there. I'm going to wait at 43s, see what we get. We won't get upset. See if that level wants to come into play. I'm talking about SOUN. It's not up big either, guys. It's up 4.5%. Multi-day runner, it was running yesterday. I don't think it's anything specific, right? The market's very strong, so we'll keep an eye out on that. SMCL as well. Now, can't trade this. It's an ETF, but SMCL, SMCI, SMCX, I think there's a bunch of they're all basically SMCI derivatives. Yeah, SMCX is the other one. SMCL is about $12.50. SMCX is about $33.50. So if you're looking for a cheaper version to get into SMCI, it's SMCL. All right, but that one not permitted to us under our system. All right, hold on. Let me see. Here we go. So SOUN coming right down again. Now, is this the entry? So it's coming into that $0.50. Didn't quite make it down into that 10 EMA. So I'm just going to get in here. Oh, wow. It's already going without me, bruh. Take it easy here. I'm trying to get in. There we go. We got in. We're in at 49s. So let's see what we can get now. I'm still waiting down here for an ad. All right. There's lots others going on right now, guys. Archer's taking out highs. ACHR, it's up almost 26.5%. 1149 HOD. This thing's rocketing up. 1152 HOD now, as this one continues to really put in that upward channel. A fantastic move up. Volume profile declining, but should be during this time of day. I mean, look at that, down into the right, lower high, lower high, lower high. Right, but look at that price. Look at that volume price divergence, Joseph. Ooh, that's a technician's dream right there. No, seriously though, ACHR, fantastic look on the day. Nothing on it though right now, guys. CONL, obviously it's another coin-based derivative, a lot cheaper than COIN. 25.89, up and to the right it goes. Very respectful, as you can see, of that green line on the 5. That is the 10 EMA. So lots and lots to choose from today, guys. So trade carefully, be selective, because there's just so much out there. You don't need to chase stuff. There's just so much out there. Adara, what's happening now? I want to know.
Oh, no, man.
He had an intro where he stood as they played a very patriotic song in the background for 2 minutes. When the song ended, he began talking. Donald Trump, right now, that was actually not the reason for my throw, Sharif. He's talking about the U.S. and prosperity in the U.S. But I think maybe what's more interesting right now is keep an eye on NVIDIA. As you know, yesterday there was a story that came out pretty late from the New York Times suggesting that the U.S. is considering letting the UAE buy, I think they said several hundred thousands worth of NVIDIA chips or AI chips in general. Now we have a different story. I'm not seeing a source for it yet. The U.S. apparently considering letting the UAE buy over 1 million advanced NVIDIA AI chips. So the story itself just sounds like a slight reiteration of an earlier story. But either way, keep an eye on NVIDIA and AI chips. Again, the story has now changed from the U.S. letting the UAE buy a couple 100,000 advanced AI chips. Now it's over 1 million NVIDIA chips specifically. So bit of an update to this story. Keep an eye on NVDA. And yeah, back to the Bash Brothers.
NVIDIA chips. Are you long yet, or what's going on over there, bro?
105, my guy. Let's go slowly.
You like how I set you up for that, eh?
That was nice. That was nice.
All right.
Yo, I got something special for you, though, Sharif.
What do you got?
Guess who this is right here?
Who is that?
It's our boy Ozan.
Ozan.
Ozan. Look at this. Palantir swing. 100 pop right there. 100 pop right there.
Jeez.
Another 100 pop right there from Ozan. Another one. And guess it, one more 100 pop. This is Ozan's swing trade on Palantir. And then he sells 600. But guess what he does after that, Sharif? He gets right back in. What an absolute monster.
What a
Money
guy.
Storm Ozan. There you go. What a beautiful stuff. He sent me that on X.
Attaboy, Ozan.
There you go. This guy's just absolutely churning shares right there and printing up multiple storms. Now I know why you're coming to Toronto, brother. You're going to need those big bucks coming around us, that's for sure, and especially coming into the city. So nice look there on from Ozan, our guy. Loving that trading stuff there, guys. But man, look at this IBIT trade. We missed that IBIT hold. We only had about 2 minutes to get involved, and we didn't. But I am liking TSLL. I'm going to get involved in this one right just above the volume weighted average price. But it looks like we might be able to get going here.
Let's go.
Because that IBIT ship has sailed, but Robinhood just still grinding higher, up probably 9%, almost 10% on the day, Sharif, is Robinhood. What a monster pick. I know Mitch was talking about it this morning as well. Money Mitch was talking about it, man. So,
I've heard about that guy.
Yeah, I heard about him, and he was talking about a couple other big things as well, too. So shout out to Money Mitch from Trade the Pool, and yeah, shout out to Robinhood. This thing's looking fantastic, but we want to get involved in some TSLL here, guys. You can see we're going to use this product, and I like this. We can just use this for our risk profile, 15 cents. Oh, and then we're getting that breakout now, so I better get involved here, Sharif.
Yes, sir. Go do your thing, man. All right, guys. Still trying to build this position. I'm not sure all right, cool. No problem. We'll get the position board taken care of, guys, soon. So we'll let you know what's going on with that. In the meantime, I'll let you know about what I'm involved in right now. We just got the ad finally there on SOUN as it finally comes into that 10 EMA. The deal with this one is it loses that 30 penny area. It's all over, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, throw that stop in now. Let's see exactly what the situation is here. Yeah, we're good to go on that. So we'll throw in that 11.29, then we'll go all the way down just in case it loses the bid. We gotta put some profit takers. There you go. Production team always killing it, man. Getting that what's it called, position board right up and running super quick, as is the case always. So we'll keep an eye on SOUN. Also involved in your friend there, SMR. How's my SMR trade doing? We're trying to build it up here, Joseph, as it's been holding up at the 10 EMA. For how long, though? That's the situation. So we got a 22.28 high a day. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of almost 5. There's a few green candles littered in there. Retracement. The key for me is going to have to hold up above that 40 penny area. I don't mind averaging into that 50 penny area. And then when I get into the 50 penny area, I want to give it some room in case there's a specialist breakdown. So let's go ahead and throw another beak wetter possibly down here at the 2/3 of a dollar. And we'll put some in the mid 50s as well. So we'll throw that in there. Looking at building a position into SMR, we'll have to see how that all ends up working. I'm really lamenting not having got into CONL, but I think I may get an opportunity with that $26 high of day now. It is retracing a little bit, and my hope, or my, not I hope, but my assessment is that it likely comes back in and tests that 10 EMA, as it has on many other occasions on the day. Currently, the 10 EMA is around 25.50. Maybe by the time it gets down there, it's high 50s, possibly at 60. So, you know, true to form, I'm going to front run the level to see if we can get something here on CONL. It's a rocket ship, man. Coinbase, the actual stock is up 20%. 20%, 19.71. That's ridiculous. Believe it or not, it is now flat on the year, down 0.14. It had been negative, I think, like 20%, obviously. So it's now flat on the year. CONL, which is the 2-time levered ETF, up 40%, 39.33. So you got a fantastic look there. Make sure to trade that one carefully. Obviously, it's a levered ETF. And then, you know, crypto stuff, right? Obviously, it's a bit more volatile and can be a bit more volatile than some of these equities. Sip O Shine. Ozan's trade can almost fill the tank in your Jag. Yes, it's an 80-liter tank. What? And anybody who's lived in Canada knows exactly how cheap the gas is here. So super thrifty Obviously, I don't need Ozan to throw his money on that. Yeah, I'm being very sarcastic, guys. Obviously, it's very expensive. We get rinsed. All right, so that's the situation. So what do you got over there?
Yeah, I'm just sitting in this Tesla trade here, guys. Let's be patient on it. If it does crack this level, I'm going to get out of the trade, and then I can just find a better price here. So, yeah, we'll sit on that. But coin, good call out on coin, Sharif. It's been parabolic on the day, and the Qs are just steady grinding higher. I might be in the wrong underlying, to be honest with you, because you can see what's happening in the overall market, and Tesla's just not participating on that front. Yeah, we're slightly green on the day, I believe. There's not much because this is TSLA, so cut that in half. So maybe about just under a percentage up on the day here, one whole point there on Tesla. But I'll be patient. The dangerous thing is that if the market starts to sell off and Tesla doesn't want to participate and kind of just move outside of the market, then it's going to start to tank as well. So I got to focus on the tape. I got to see what's going on. If we crack 13s, I'm out of the trade. Let's see what Adair is up to.
Just keep an eye here on some of these big tech names. Donald Trump just shouted out a whole bunch of companies that have invested in the U.S. NVIDIA. He referred to CEO Jensen Huang, who's present at the event, as his friend. TSM also being touted here. But look at Apple. This looks distinctly different from the rest of the market. He did tout Apple's investment, but he said, Tim Cook's not here, but you are, to Jensen Huang. As he says that, we get a drop. Unsure if it's correlated, but either way, pretty interesting. Apple getting a little bit of a drop here. He's also saying that Broadcom, Johnson & Johnson, whole bunch of other companies, he's all shouting out for being present at this Saudi America investing event. And I will send you back to the guys.
You, Adair, go ahead.
Yeah, Haley Fine Art puts on SQQQ. I had to do it in my mind real quick. I'm like, what are you essentially? Yeah, I mean, you're short, I guess. So long the market is what Haley is saying there. I had to kind of think of that because that was a bit of a twister because, I mean, SQQ being the short in inverse, and then you got to sell, then you're going to buy puts on that. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. So it was a little complex. If you want to make things complicated, there you go. Buy puts on the SQQ and figure that one out there for you guys. But yeah, I mean, let's go, guys. Absolute rocker of a day. I'm happy. And I'm going to be honest, man. Like, when we see this type of rally, Katina Man and I were briefly talking. I think we're down just about under 5%, probably even less now from the all-time highs in the market. Like, I'm selling. I'm more than happy to be selling a bunch of these strong names into strength. So let's see exactly from a percentage metric how much we're down from those all-time highs. 4 3/4 there, Sharif. I mean, we were down 25% at one time, and what an absolute recovery. So Sean said, a lot of people say you got to buy in this bear market, but we got to be cautious around these all-time highs. I mean, earnings have definitely been supporting. I know NVDA reports at the end of the month. We got to watch out for that one as well too. But what a monster recovery. A couple-month bear market, and then sure enough, we recovered only 4 and a bit off the all-time high, Sharif.
Well said, Joseph. Well said. HCWB's coming in to that level, the volume weighted average price. So I've put the levels that I want. I put them at the volume weighted average price a little bit higher and a little bit lower. It's coming into 14. It's still holding up at 14, but 14 is not a level that I earmarked for support. So I'm going to leave my orders where they are. If I end up missing the trade, I missed the trade. I'm trying to get the money fills here because it's so bamboozling. HCWB, it's up 172%, but substantially off the highs, more than $3.50 off the said highs. Adair's got more information for us.
Dude, Donald Trump, I'm seeing this come through an X from a couple different accounts. I did not hear him say this because he said a lot of things, but apparently Trump saying the market will go higher. Once again, trying to push the market to the upside here is Donald Trump. Also, Oracle is the real reason I wanted to do this throw. ORCL on watch here as Donald Trump touts multi-million-dollar deals with Amazon and Oracle. Multi-billion, if I didn't say billion, multi-billion-dollar deals with Oracle and Amazon. He also said that they're going to be seeing drugs and pharma come down at unseen levels. I'm guessing prices, but if I get any more details from any of those headlines, I will let you know. He said J&J and Uber are also going to have some kind of deals here. Back to you.
I mean, Donald was saying that the market's going to climb higher. This is the ultimate card for him because he's going to be like, I gave you guys the best buying opportunity, all of the best names with 30% haircuts, 25%, 30%, and then now they have the opportunity to go to all-time highs with maybe the exception of Google and Apple right now. But I mean, yeah, he's definitely going to ride that wave, so rightfully so. It's been a fun market, guys, but this is what I'm referring to. I'm going to hop out of Tesla soon. I don't think we're going to climb higher just following the basic TA right here. You can see we have that downtrend line until we sit on the backside of it, then I don't think we're going to climb higher. We do have this big indecision print that's holding us up right now. But yeah, once we break this range, I'm at a dodge on this front. Going to look for that next trade, Sharif.
All right, got into HCWB. We just wet the beak there into the high 90s, long 69. We got out at like 90 something, but it's very spready, so be careful.
Need that.
And I still have a resting order there south of VWAP, what I perceive to be a possible money fill that has gone untriggered. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. I'm still interested. I'm getting in and out of SOUN. So we just got some in, got some out there as it comes back into the 20s. So I do like this level. We'll take, no, that's not the level that I want. There we go. Excuse me. Let me just set up the level that I do want, which is over here. There we go. So we'll take that level. We'll see if that one ends up holding. But it's HCWB that I really need to focus on. I'm waiting for that money fill. I'm waiting around mid 40s. It's showing me 50s right now as it comes into that volume weighted average price again. I'm gonna have to give this room. There's just really no two ways about it right now. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out on this one. Definitely looking for this one to pop back up. There we go. It's not, there we go. Now we're in. Okay, so now it's coming back down. So I will have to give it to 40s. There we go. And then we'll give it all the way down to here. So what do we got on there? 96 is there, Joseph. All right, so back into the 30s, 13s we go. Bang. Taking out some there at 30. We're going to set up at 40 again. Let's see if it pops back up. Again, HCWB up big on the day. We're long 96s. It's showing me 30s, but it's not clearing. But I saw this one really slowly make its way down. So I shouldn't expect it to explode to the high side. It wasn't rocketing to the downside. So I shouldn't expect it to rocket to the upside. So I'm trying to be patient with this one. Got in the level that I like now. It's just about waiting to get stopped out or to take profits. So zigging and zagging right now at 13. If it does lose that $12 level, that's going to be the end of the trade, and we will be negatory on it. So right now, taking some prints to the high side, showing me 18s again, as that seller on HCWB incrementally looks like a moving down from 20s to 18. I always concern myself with that when a big seller pushes the ask incrementally down. Sometimes it's by 5 pennies, sometimes it's by 10, sometimes it's by 1 penny, but it's just to kind of notice the incremental move down. So we'll see how this cookie ends up crumbling. HCWB, the one I'm involved in right now. Let's keep an eye out on the other ones over here as well. SOUN, no print on that one, and SMR still waiting at that 10 EMA for a hold up. Let's see how this one ends up doing, Joseph.
Okay, so hey, sir, do you draw your trend lines utilizing wicks or bodies of the candle, or both, depending on the circumstances? Exactly. I think you answered the question there. It's just as many touches as you can get, right? It's been years since I read like TA books, but I just look for that trend line to have as many possible touches and just go with that, right? It's subjective stuff. I can draw one thing, Sharif can draw another, and as long as you know how to trade off of it, then that's all that really matters. So yeah, you can see that what we got going on here with Tesla. We use excuse me, we sit on the back side of it right here, then I'm going to look to get involved. Otherwise, it's looking like we might break down. You want to look for the continuation on that front, and here you go. You can see you have a key support level as well, too. So if it breaks it to the downside, then maybe that long might not be in play, especially because the market has been ripping, and then look what Tesla's been doing, right? So you can see NVDA has been trading higher. What's Meta been up to today? I know my guy Gorb's in some Amazon. I'll pull that up first here. So yeah, there you go. Amazon, nice VWAP hold. He got involved on that front, but you can see nice orderly price action from Amazon. Then we have NVDA, chip space trading well here. So you can see with a high of just under 131 on that front. Let's pull up META. We just go through the bigger names, see what Meta's been doing up to, see fantastic stuff. And then you have the likes of Tesla, who hasn't been participating very well. So again, you got to pick the strength, and that's what led me towards the Robinhood trade. Is like, okay, we got a strong opening drive, looking for the continuation of strength. I'm putting a little bit more odds in my favor. And with this Tesla trade, I necessarily did not. And I'm glad to just take a small haircut on it. Not saying that it won't work. I think it's just one that's going to take a little bit more time. And I'm also going to take one more jab at IBIT as well, too. Even though we're 0 for 2 on that one, Sharif, nicely green off of that one good trade. And I feel if it sets up, then we'll be able to turn IBIT positive on our charts as well, too. So, yeah, that's my look here. Hold on, let me pull up. What was I going to pull up here? IBIT, there we go. Oh, my days. Okay, so sorry for the pause. Yeah, so here we are. A nice breakout. You can see the volume really start to pick up here, but now we're starting to pull back. And the volume profile is kind of leaning in our favor for the long, but we want to see participants eventually step back in. We've double topped at that 59 level. So with that being said, let's take a look at the options chain to see why we're bumping our head off. And if it tells us something, it tells us. If it doesn't, then so be it. And also, I want to know, too, when we talk about call and put walls, we're not saying that it's a brick wall either, Sharif.
Yes, sir.
There's obviously an opportunity for the trade and the underlying to break through the call and put walls, but you need the momentum and you need the liquidity to step into the market. So you can see large sizes, and yeah, when things are slow, you're just slowly grinding higher. Yeah, it's going to be more difficult for it to break through it, but if momentum steps in and the volatility steps in and you see the volume really start to pick up, then you have the opportunity to do so. So always remember that, all right? So 59, we have 12,000 open contracts. That's not the biggest, because on this week's expiration cycle, I'm seeing at 62, we have 44,000. So that's a positive sign, just over 44,000, closer to 45. So that might be in the works for today. And that's going to put Bitcoin probably north of 106,000 there. Sure.
That's not bad.
We'll take that.
We got to get through that double top, though, Joseph. I think that's kind of for technicians. That's going to be.
Yeah, we want to punch through that too, right? Like, we don't want to just like slowly grind into it, because then you can have the opportunity to reject it. We want to punch through it with momentum and everything.
Agree, 100%. HCWB, guys, we're long 87s. I just took several prints there in the 50s at 115. One we took at 57. It's back down to 13.10 right now. Still kind of giving me that look at the volume weighted average price, not really breaking down, not really breaking up above it. We have a higher low technically on this 5-minute candle, which just opened up. So let's keep an eye out on that. Looking at extracting some profits on this one, taking a couple of prints, but really looking for the bigger moves to the high side here in the high 13s. HCWB, obviously very volatile name, trying to get the money fills over here at the volume weighted average price. So that's what I'm looking at there. SMR as well. I don't know if I'm going to have much longer here on SMR, looking for that hold up around that not the half dollar, excuse me, the third of a dollar area, where it does have quarter a dollar, excuse me. That candle at 9:40 a.m. was the local area high, so I'm looking for it to hold in and around that area as well, with SOUN involved in that one. What do we got on there? 41s, it's showing me 38, so we're a little bit out of the money on SOUN. Sadly, didn't get that money fill below or at the third of a dollar, so we'll keep an eye out there. Back to HCWB, moving back into that third of a dollar here. So it's showing me 35s. I'm waiting. You know where I'm waiting already, man. If you guys know, if I'm around that half dollar and it's a spready name, we're going to be waiting at 69. All right, so here we go. Got a big buy order coming up there. 40. We're seeing 45s now on the level 2. 50s on the level 2. Can we get a little bit higher? Can we get much higher? Come on, let's go, bro. Yeah, 1350 we go. We're going to take a print here, Joseph, just in case. There we go. So we'll take a print there. We've got 83s now on HCWB. It's giving me the half dollar. So we're doing well on it, and it's doing that 2 candle hold up at VWAP again. So I don't want to take out too much too quickly here. Let's let it make the big move up. I'm sick of taking profits early, man. Let's go. I'm canceling that order at 69. We're going to leave that one at 82s. There it goes above 50. There's 60. All right, let's go, man. We're going to wait here just south of 14. See if we can get a money print there. Up into 60 we go. We're met with some selling at that 60 penny level. Can HCWB make another attempt at that high day? That high day, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, is $17.80. We are $4.30 lower. Here comes, we took out that 50 seller. Did we take out that 60 seller? Not quite yet. 59 still showing up on the ask. 60, 62 here, Joseph. We took them out. All right, so I'm still waiting at 82. So we're going to have to pack our patience. on HCWB. Good luck right now. Let's go back to SOUN. Up we go again on sound. Now we're in the money. Let's go ahead and post an order at 45 so you can whip the beak on some profits there. Likewise with SMR. SMR also finding a little bit of support. Sadly, did not get that fill, that money fill in the 30s. So we'll keep an eye on that. Boom, HCWB showing me 70s. Can we get 82s, Mr. HCWB? That's where I'm waiting, baby. Don't want to take out too much too quickly. Let's see what this one does, Joseph.
Yeah, good luck there, guys. All right, I just punched out there. I thought we were going to get that break, so you can see that I entered and then I doubled up the position. And I just wanted to see that volume really start to pick up, but we didn't get it. So it could be a mistrade on my behalf, but it is what it is, right? So you can see I entered. If I held on to this, then I would have just been able to slowly take some profits out, but I would have got stopped out eventually on that front. But I entered looking for that break. We were slowly stair-stepping higher, so then I just doubled it up, and then I was like, we're not. I didn't see what I wanted to see on the tape. I wanted to see that continuation of strength, and we didn't get it. Oh no, Bitcoin, no.
Hold on, Joseph.
Yeah, big Kyle. Oh no.
We're in the club.
We're in the club,
All right,
man.
man.
We're in the club.
I was $1 negative in the club yesterday. You were in the club.
You were in the reverse dollar club.
I was in the
yeah.
reverse dollar club yesterday, my
Damn.
boy, with
All right.
that, I don't know, whatever that one was called. Short-term memory, good for short-term emotional memory.
Yeah.
Good for traders, not long-term. Joseph, this thing is going, guys. Sorry, I got to interrupt. HCWB is really going here, guys. It did the exact same thing it has done on 3 previous occasions today. The money fills are below the volume weighted average price. It's once, it's twice, it's OB thrice, and now it's a 4th time. I don't have a rhyme for that. Here we go. I'm going to look to take something above $15, Adara. If we can get something above that 15, that's exactly where I'm going to put my money fill there. So let's go 15.25. I'll either get stopped out or I'll take the print at that 15.25. Let's see what comes. Uh-oh. Look, see who's in the chat? You saw who's in the chat.
I seen it.
Uh-oh.
I seen it.
You gets the alert. Big smile, Burdette dropping cash, baby. $4.99. Joe, when is the lesson on how to pay per hand Tesla 500 by Q3 close? He's coming for you now. To me, that's a welcome break. He usually comes for me.
Yeah,
he made fun of my soul patch. He made fun of my eyebrows. And that's just like right to my face, bro. And we're supposed to be friends.
Yeah.
So it's nice when he comes for you.
See, friends can make fun of each other there, Sharif. Yeah, honestly, big smile. I don't even know what to say,
There
man,
he is,
to be honest with you. Listen,
What do you say?
it is what it is. I forget what our bet was. He had Tesla 300 before 5. I had 500. He had Tesla 300, and he obviously won
He
that
got
bet.
that one, yeah,
But
he got that one.
I mean,
All right.
who's gonna have the last laugh is the question, right? Optimus booming. I don't know, FSD starting to play out. Who's gonna have the last laugh, Mr. Spile? But I guess I did sell.
My man's a perma bull, though. I'm a perma bear.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Certified,
Joseph, we got to weasel up.
We're gonna go to Adara.
Yep.
I voted short.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Oh, man. Here's the S&P 500 actually right now trying to push below the low of the most recent 15-minute candle that just closed here a couple minutes ago. NASDAQ, bit of a rounding top, so it does look like some potential reversal signals coming in, especially in the NASDAQ, but let's look at it ahead of ourselves because a lot of tech names look like this. NVIDIA, Oracle, Apple, J&J, Uber, Amazon, AMD, all being mentioned here by Donald Trump, praising them for their investments in the U.S. during this Saudi America investment event. Donald Trump has spoken quite a bit, once again, saying that he thinks the market should go higher. He has said this several times, but ORCL, great look there. Here's Coinbase. Coinbase actually fighting with 250, not 320, 250 here for COIN. This one on watch here, getting added to the S&P 500. As of May 19th. Also entering an index on May 19th is going to be Shopify, SHOP, a little bit more rounded top here, but good day 2 move for Shopify ahead of its entrance on the NASDAQ 100. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay with us. I'm going to be following all the events, all the stocks, all the moves, but right now we're going to be following you over to Neil and his lesson of the day. Take it away, Neil.
Thank you very much, Adair. Thank you, Sharif. Lesson of the day today. Sometimes your plan of action can be directionally right everywhere across the board, but you still have to pivot away from almost everything that you were thinking. NVIDIA, breakout, but want to buy the dips into 123 and 122. Uber, all-time high close yesterday. Buy the dips into 86.50. That ended up being okay. Coinbase, added the S&P. Want to buy dips into 222 to 23. Thinking we get a pullback. IBIT, at least this one worked out. Wanted to dip into 58.50. And then UNH wanted to short into 350. Now, every single one of these, all the longs we wanted all went up. And the only one that went down to exactly our level. And UNH went to the downside precipitously. However, none of these things went exactly to plan. I meant to start with NVIDIA, not Uber. Let's not spoil it. But none of those things went to plan. I mean, NVIDIA didn't dip. It just absolutely ripped the faces off right away. And I was actually, with Obi was mentioning, and a couple of other traders, the breakouts today were so clean. And so what ended up happening is when this is going on, and you guys can see what's happening in NVIDIA, when it was breaking and then trending, just ridiculous algo trending to the upside, your chance at a dip, it's like even if you get the dip, you don't want it down at those levels anymore. So once the breakouts happened, well, I don't know, I don't have an entry strategy for that kind of an algo buy. You almost have to put on a 1 minute, have some kind of a really tight stop, trade trend, use prior bars, that kind of a thing, which I don't really have in my setup. But at least for Uber, what it allows me to do in Uber, and granted, I'm not going to pretend that I held Uber as far as it could have gone. It broke out, and I said, okay, fine. If I'm not going to get a shot at that 86.5, it did go there in the pre-market, well, then what I should be respecting is, it's going to make the break, I'm going to buy the first available dip, because the breakout's the only thing. I've seen it, NVIDIA is now gone. I want to get into Uber. We know we liked it. So I did buy the dip in there. The mistake on Uber was when it tested the pre-market high again, I'm like, let's get a couple legs out just as it starts working. I don't mind trailing out when it loses 99. And I don't know that we could have joined this any more aggressively unless we're buying at the $90 level or that kind of wick here when it broke back above the 90 level. But the real thing, and again, holding it has to do better. Maybe we find a couple places to add. It was just about when you're not getting the dip buys, be able to play some of the breakout trades because the market was going absolutely ham. So expecting to get the dip buy in 86.50 was no longer going to be part of that plan. Now, Coinbase, I can show you the same thing as NVIDIA. This one is an easier, it's very simple to see what you correct on Coinbase, at least for myself, right? We didn't get the dip buy. We didn't want the breakout, but we can all see what's going on at VWAP on Coinbase. So it gave you the VWAP dips. So this one, when I'm grading it, okay, directionally right, but we were never going to get the dip buy at the price we wanted. Was there a trade to join the trend? Answer, yes. So I give myself, I'm not going to give myself a terrible grade on NVIDIA, even though I missed it because it never really set up anything that I would normally do. But Coinbase, if NVIDIA is we'll give ourselves a C, which is kind of a pass because it didn't give you the setup, then I grade Coinbase an F even though I didn't trade it because it bounced clean off VWAP and gave you a couple of reasonable opportunities to get into it. So I have to be able to respect that. The other thing is when that is happening to you and you're like, oh, this is frustration, the plays that I want have all gone. I'm either not in one, not in the other, or didn't hold Uber long enough. Well, it doesn't matter what the morning has done to you. Sometimes you just have to wait because the other thing on there was IBIT at 58.5. So what does IBIT do? It bounces once. Oops, did I get 58.5 bounce? No. Did I get it twice? No. Well, by the time I realized it, it's like, okay, no, this is doing what you wanted and we're not in at the low. Just wait for it to make the trend break. And then it does a textbook mean reversion into the high. Sometimes you've got to be able to just throw away that FOMO, stay calm. You'll see me. I'll get frustrated, but I don't really get frustrated. But you've just got to take that step back, move on to the next play. Don't get that over emotional FOMO when you're staring at those stocks going up. Try to focus on, can I get a plan of action to get into NVIDIA, which I was trying to do and couldn't find it, or wait for that next opportunity. Maybe IBIT didn't set up off the level we wanted. But if it does, you've got to make sure you have it. And if you're sitting there regretting or revenge trading or forcing a trade in NVIDIA at some ridiculous price, then I'm not going to catch that one clean. That being said, and I'm going to add this on the lesson of the day, I just missed this bounce off VWAP on IBIT too, which I think has a chance to break out. So there's always another opportunity out there in the market And I find when the breakout trades, which haven't always been the best, when they start coming back into play and you see one happen, you missed a dip buy somewhere else, sometimes you got to join that breakout. Like Uber was an example of that when NVIDIA had gone. And obviously, when you miss out on a couple of A+ setups, it's really simple to get FOMO. It's really simple to get frustrated. You still have to go back to first principles and allow things to cleanly set up. Like iBit set up. Apple actually set up in the other direction for a short by not breaking out its highs. And that's just all you got to be able to do. Like you can sit there, trying to force something just because you've missed, or you can wait for that A+ setup again and go back to your first principles. It's always frustrating on a day like today if you don't hold long enough or if you don't get enough at the bottom, but don't compound it by getting too far away from your execution plan. On the good days, you can almost always find something that's going to fit a positive trading plan. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. iBit hopefully gives us another shot at VWAP here, fingers crossed, but you never know. This market's been awfully strong. There's your lesson of the day.
Bang. Thank you very much, Neil. I like the reference to first principles. I'm sure all the engineering majors will love that as well. I always hear Elon and all the, engineers turned business people always mention that first principles this, first principles that. Not like I learned anything about engineering. I don't know about you.
No, I did not, brother.
Well, that's what it is. Joseph can't learn everything, baby.
You can't, exactly, man. You got Mandarin on the go and everything.
Oh, bro, I'm killing it in Mandarin now, dude. Like I forget like what I can actually put together.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm loving it, dude.
Yeah,
this July, end of July, will be 1 full year.
1 full year.
Yeah, so we're close.
Really?
We're close. Yeah.
Oh wow,
end of July.
That's nice. Yeah, I mean, you said you can count to 100 now. Which is big,
it's easy.
legally.
It's just
it's easy.
Yeah, no. There's
is
a very, very straight up system. Once you know the numbers from 0 to 10,
then
it's just about how to structure them.
Okay,
like there's no like 20. It's like it's sh and then or whatever is like 10 is sh, right? So if you want to say, for example, 60, it's leo sh. Right, Leo 6 and then 10. Right. So it's like literally 6 times 10. 2 R. So there's two twos in Mandarin.
Oh, no.
There's Liang, which means if you're talking about like a pair or something, and then there's R, which is like the actual number 2. But it's one of the only languages where I know that there's like 2. Well, actually, English there's 2 in couple.
Yeah,
you can say that, right? Like
there you go. I mean, well, don't even get started with the
I
English
absolutely love it,
bro. We're gonna be heading over to Adair, but one moment for 1 second, unless it's breaking, then we'll send it over. But yeah, there we go. There's my boy Gorav sending me updated trades, trading Amazon like a beast. So nice work there, my friend. But let's see what Adair's up to, guys.
Get it, Adair.
I mean, so let's see what I'm up to, guys, and more what AMD is up to. AMD and Humane forming a strategic $10 billion collaboration for global AI advancement. Now, if you're thinking, hey, Humane sounds familiar, that is because this is the company. It's a brand new Saudi AI firm. NVIDIA just announced a collaboration with them as well. So NVIDIA and AMD both collaborating here in a strategic way with Humane. Keep an eye on AMD. This came out at 12:08, so that'd be about 3-4 minutes ago, this press release. This looks like what's moving it. We also know, though, that AMD is present at this Trump event, so I'll keep an eye on any headlines. I'm still listening to his speech, which is still happening. Back to you.
Very much for that, Adair. Yep, keeping an eye on it. He's still dropping out lines. He's been talking a while. Yeah, well, we'll see what comes of this meeting. So far, so good, though. I got to say, the day started off well. We've heard a lot of stuff that we wanted to hear. I think if you're a long investor anyway, that chips are back on the table. We're talking about massive orders coming out of the Middle East where we know they've got money. Let's just call a spade a spade. And so it's great to get those kind of orders. And I think he's doing the right thing, being there and obviously getting deals done, man, for American companies. Like, that's just kind of what I want to hear about. Where is the deal making? That's all I want to hear about. Where is the money coming from? Where is the new revenue sources for American companies going to come from? And so, look, I think that's what's preoccupying him, and I happen to love it. Joseph, anything on your side?
Yeah, I'm glad that, so John in the chat just said, we got out of Tesla right at the right time here. I mentioned before, I didn't like the tape. It looked like a false breakout. And they were just following what the price action is telling us. We're not being stubborn. And honestly, when you're not stubborn, it pays at the end of the day, guys. So just get out when you're supposed to. I was just reading the tape, and I got out exactly when I want to. But, man, Bitcoin really starting to move here, Sharif. I mean, dude, we were talking about this yesterday. If we finish high teens, 17, 18, 19, you have such a, like the odds I think are the betting favorite might go into your hands there. So yeah, we're gonna be patient.
But I'll take it. I'll take it.
Hey, it is what it is. Like it's nothing. So if we close the end of the week at 118, I'm gonna say that you win the bet if we close this week.
You think so?
Yeah. By the end of this week.
Neil's not happy with that kind of content.
Neil doesn't like it. He thought that's a hot take for sure.
I think he prefaced that with an if we get to 118 by the end of the week.
So 118 by the end of the week. So pull up my screen here, please, guys, and thank you. Yeah, there we go. So 16th. So by the 16th, if we finish in the teens, then Sharif's going to win because then he has, exactly, because then you have a whole additional week to trade up like 10K. And look how we're moving right now. We're going back towards the top of the range. What a missed opportunity here in IBIT. It is what it is, guys, but I'm going to look to get involved in TSL one more time because it looks like we might be able to break this downtrend and sit on the backside of it. City Boy 305 said, Joe. He said, Joe, they're going to talk about Bitcoin here roughly over there in Riyadh.
All right,
and I'm like,
punch along, baby. Let's go.
On Bitcoin? Wow, that's crazy. There's no way I'm doing that up here. Yeah, I would have liked to get in at the volume-weighted average price. I'm not going to chase it. You punch along.
I'll take one share. I'll take one share.
Punch along there, my guy. We got to wait for this pullback, but that breakout is now
Shut
long
the hell up.
gone.
You do it.
Yeah, you do it. Hey, we'll do it together. But I mean, no, I think that trade is gone, but a really nice breakout here in Bitcoin. We're going to be patient, give Tesla one more opportunity, and then if it doesn't want to sit on the backside of the trend, then maybe that long's not going to be in play.
All right, man. Shout out to Big Spile. Up here, Big Spile, NVIDIA 150 breakout, buyers getting hopeful. Also, I want to mention that Big Spile says, he DM'd me, he's like, you'd be proud. I've been making money long in SPY. LOL. No real bias on this market anymore. My man. Big Spile, bro, I always wondered. I didn't know, maybe you were perma-bear for this reason or that reason. I didn't know, brother. I just took you as you are. Right? But I've always wondered why you like to go short. Yeah. And I love to hear the fact that you don't hold any bias anymore. You're just going to trade what comes. Shout out to the Spiled one, man. Straight up OG. Uh-oh. What happened now, Adara?
Sharif, what happened here is so many Humane collaborations. We talked about AMD collaborating with Humane. It got a bump. NVIDIA also announcing a strategic partnership with Humane. Again, this is a new Saudi AI firm. Amazon Web Services joining the fray because they also announced they are going to be doing this investment here with Humane, over $5 billion in AI innovation. So tons of Humane-related investments might be enough here for an infographic. But either way, Amazon or AWS here, NVIDIA, AMD, all with these Humane team-ups announced at the Saudi Investment Forum. Also, in case you were wondering what Coinbase is doing, it is still at day's highs. Back to you.
Just set that up, Adara? I like that. It may or may not warrant an infographic. We shall find out if one should happen to find its way onto Trader TV Research X. It may or may not be there, Joseph. You got to check every day to find out.
Damn, that's it. Go add Trader TV Research and add Trader TV Live. Check what's going on with that.
Speaking of live, Joseph, we're doing it live here on your friend SMR. I had been out of the money almost all day on this. You know what? So we're going to wet the beak there for a nice one. We already got some there. Nice curl. This time it finds support at the 20. Let's just call a spade a spade. I added into this one, and I was going to continue to add into the volume-weighted average price. I just didn't see a circumstance where it would go negative or break through VWAP on the day. It's not a small-cap gapper, so if it's going to run like this, it's typically going to remain above the volume-weighted average price. So that was my intention with SMR. We got a decent position on right now, or not much in the money, about 10, 15 pennies, nothing to write home about, but we're moving up here. There goes 85. You know exactly where I'm waiting. We're going to wet the beak there too, and then we're going to look for a higher print. So I'm going to cancel that one. Let's set it up at 89s over here, and then we're going to set up as well in the mid-90s. So we're going to see if we can get a nice move up there on our friend SMR. But I just took an L on the last remaining amount, on HCB. So I tried to build my position again on this. I had done well to start, and then we give back a little bit here. It showed me, higher lows on the wicks all around that VWAP area. So I was of the bias here that we would get that curl back up. Not to be, ended up making a breach of that level, and by extension of that, took out my stop. So we'll give back a little bit here on my friend For now, HCWB, we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's it for now.
For now.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't.
Yeah, these are small cap gappers, Joseph. These are not Mag 7 names.
Yeah, but even,
I don't
it doesn't
flip
matter
this-
what it is. It
No,
doesn't matter. I'll flip the switch. It doesn't matter.
I will never upset you, bro, because I know you would be a bad enemy to have. Like this guy, man. All right. And I'm also back into SOUN. We got long. Where am I long? 30s. We wet the beak all the way up into 42s there. Right back into 30s or 33s, excuse me. So we are now, believe it or not, putting in lower highs on SOUN. So the trade might be over here, at least for the moment, on SOUN. A breach of the volume weighted average price ends this trade for me. I'm in like a penny or two above VWAP. And it's going to have to hold VWAP now that it's got umpteen amount of lower highs. I just don't want to have to deal with that, and I don't think it's the right trade if it breaks the volume weighted average price. Oleg, Joseph, Sharif, hi guys. If you trade leveraged ETFs, like ETF, TSLL, sure. For example, you are watching TSLA or TSLL chart. Original TSLA chart may be more informative. I happen to agree with that. And Adara agrees as well. And let me tell you why. The key levels are going to be on the TSLA. For example, I'm just giving you any numbers right there, okay? If you had 400 support, it's not going to be 400 on TSLL. If you came to that 400 level once, twice, OB thrice, and we kept bouncing, you need to know it's the 400 level on TSLA. It's not going to show you that on TSLL. It'll be some other number. Now, maybe you're able to discern that or deduce that based on the fact that it keeps bouncing off some other level on TSLL. The short answer is keep your eye on TSLA. If you're trading CONL, for example, I know Adara is in COIN. If she was to be trading CONL, she might keep her eye on COIN. So that's my answer to you right there. It doesn't obviously hurt to have that TSLA chart up there. I don't think it's going to hurt you any. And they're going to be basically identical copies of one another chart pattern-wise, not price-wise, obviously, but chart pattern they should jive.
Absolutely, and the tape is the same as well too. That's one thing that I want to note. So one time I think I was watching the TQs or something along those lines, and I want to see kind of how the tape was correlated with the other one. So yeah, I think they're heavily correlated. It's just the price that's going to be slightly different there, guys.
And as Adara mentioned in the thing, the tape. If you're a tape reader as well, she goes on to say you're going to want to see what the tape is showing on the main asset because that's the one that's moving TSLL. So you got to keep your eye on the TSLA book as well, possibly to see where the big boy size is coming in.
That's what I was just touching on. So I correlated the two before, and they're identical. Obviously, the size and the pricing is different, but you can see I wish I could pull up two different ones here, and give you guys an example. I'm just looking to get involved into Tesla. So here, I'll pull up the Tesla tape here, guys, so we can just do. I love this. Yeah, we're doing it live. Yeah, we're showing you guys exactly what it looks like. So here I have on one side of my chart is the TSLL. Oh, that's the L2. Sorry, I don't want to give you guys that one. We want the tape here. So TSLL tape right here, and then Tesla tape right here, right? So it's essentially the same thing.
Get it, Joe.
There, see? Look. Oh, you can see you can see the similarities.
Yeah.
See? Essentially the same.
No,
thing.
but I mean on the level two, Joe. Like say if there was a monster seller. Like let's just say,
if you're using the level two, right? Not on the tape, but on the level two, you'll see a difference in the size there. But yeah, I do look at both of them. To be honest with you, it's not going to kill you to look at one or the other. And to be honest, I'm more comfortable looking at both too. So I'll have Tesla up on here, and then I'll have TSLL just to see what's going on. But speaking of the devil here, guys, let's go and break out price compressing here on Tesla. Nicest descending wedge. Which way are we going to break, to the downside or to the top side? We want to see that volume step in, and we're going to focus on the tape here, guys, because I think that's going to be really important. If we do decide to sit on the backside of this trend, then we're going to be sitting pretty. But let's see what Adara's up to.
Get it, Adara.
Just be aware, guys. Keep an eye on Microsoft. I'm seeing this report that apparently OpenAI is considering a data center deal in the UAE, which may or may not be announced during Trump's visit to the Middle East. Again, keep an eye on Microsoft. Of course, they are a pretty major investor in OpenAI. Does not sound like OpenAI has actually made a final decision on this deal, which is a bit different, but the deal could potentially be announced, of course, if it goes through during Trump's Middle East visit. This is being reported by Bloomberg. Back to you.
For that, Adara. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. You feel like, there's going to be some good announcements coming out of this, Joe. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Yeah. And OpenAI, I think, is already, the specifics with OpenAI making investments into Saudi doesn't surprise me at all. Do you have any idea how much money they've raised out of that area? The Gulf area, not just specifically Saudi. He's raised a lot of money from there. So you just got to assume that there's going to be a quid. I don't know if it's going to be exact quid pro quo, but you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, well, you just got to look at it over there. They're just completely from. They're forward-looking individuals. Just you can tell from the landscape.
All about that money.
Yeah, all about the money. So what is that next big thing? And I think that the Saudis and everyone over in that kind of area of the world is just most definitely. I think they're kind of ahead of everybody, to be honest with you. If you ask me, man.
Yeah.
Like
China's pretty.
China's up there, right? But I mean, I've never been to Dubai or anything along those lines. But I heard it's pretty futuristic.
It is. It is. It's. You know what it reminds me of? A little bit of Vegas. A little soulless. Yeah, very brand new. Very like everything's done to the nines, but there's like no soul.
No soul?
Yeah, not yet. I mean, there's just kind of. Yeah, we'll see what they do over there. But yeah, Cristobal, he got that Arab money. Yes, absolutely. Big smiles back. Jay Lee. That's what I told Sharif the other day. Markets may boom for a bit, but the consumer continues to lose. I know because I am one of those consumers and have 4 kids to care for. I respect everything you have to say, Big Smile, especially as a dad, and a husband and everything like that. And I completely get it. You're hearing a lot about this, man. You're hearing about the tale of two economies, right? The economy for the Mag 7s and these, bigger companies at large and Main Street. And it doesn't seem to be moving in the same direction. So I completely understand what you're saying. I hope it doesn't stay that way. I hope Main Street can catch up with Wall Street. But, it's what we've got at the moment, and I can't affect change. So I trade what's there, baby. Yeah, so that's the look right now. Guys, we weaseled into Archer Aviation. ACHR, it's up 21.25%. Just touched VWAP for the first time on the day since 9:35. I'm going to give this one the old community college try. I'm long here at 97s, looking to wet the beak at 07s. We'll see how he's back.
Out some Big Bear AI.
BBAI, the Katina man wants me to look at. And I know already something's up with that because the Katina man's involved in Big Bear, and he wouldn't be telling me to look at it if it wasn't a bigly. Get it, Katina man. What are we up on the day here, man? Let me just zoom on the way up. We're up nice on the day. We're up 15%. Look at that breakout there. Good look, Katina man. Big Bear AI, baby. We're going to have to throw this monster up on the side chart. Looking to take out that $3 level on a closing basis. This is a really good looking candle here, Katina man. I'll tell you why. Because all these candles over here locally, we were really unable to clear that level. And if we close up near these levels, 375, 380, that's going to be a good look. And it's going to be closing above the 50 for the first time in a while on the daily. So I definitely like that look on Big Bear. We'll keep an eye out on that and we'll let you know how it goes. So that's what we're involved in right now, guys. Involved in Archer Aviation as well as SMR. Continuing to do the dance here with the SMR as it hangs out in your VWAP. We were able to extract some prints there to the high side. Alas, we are coming right back down into the 20. I'm going to be continuing to defend this one into that volume weighted average price level. We'll see where this ends up going. Big smile. Exactly. You can not let your personal reality affect what you're seeing on the screens. Absolutely, brother. I mean, just because the market's at high doesn't mean everybody's got everything invested in the market. Certainly don't disagree with you there, but that doesn't mean that you can't get involved. Obviously, you got to have disposable income. And again, I get that entire thing. It's a bit of a different look for a lot of people right now. I completely agree. Bovin, LICN open from halt. Tisha did bring this to my attention earlier. LICN, another small cap gapper we need to keep our eye on. Last I looked, it was south of VWAP. And oh, what a surprise. What a shock. Okay, so a couple of things that I don't like about this. I'm going to talk about them, and you guys probably already know what it is. The pre-market high hasn't been taken, and VWAP continues to elude us once, twice. You guys weren't going with this.
Obith, right? He's not here, but we're going to pay homage to the man. It keeps rejecting the volume weighted average price. Moreover, it's got that $10 area from the pre-market that we haven't shaken. We're substantially below it. We're still putting in lower lows and lower highs. So LICN, as good as it may be, you know, for some bounces off random levels to below VWAP, to me, it doesn't set up. So going to stay clear of that one, Joseph.
Yeah, good luck here, guys. I'm still sitting in this TSLA trade. Yeah, I mean, if we can break this, we need that volume to step in. It's not coming right now, but that wedge might crack here, guys. So going to be patient and sit in this for until either we break the support level or we get to sit on the top side of this here and continue to climb higher. So that's the name of the game. I added to the position already as we're slowly climbing higher, and I want to kind of double this up as well too. So I already did entered small, and then I doubled it up, but then I want to double my double. So there we go. Yeah, we want to put on some size. If we do get this breakout, but the issue is that the market's already slightly extended. You can see that we're trading at the highs, and Tesla hasn't been participating on that front.
We got to take a bit of a break. Salmon.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, that's real good right there. I saw that. That looks actually quite good.
Did we get that
Little
back
penne
there?
salad there. Yeah, and he's got his salad on the side. It's fantastic look there,
Let me
Katina,
get
man.
some of that, man. All right, brother. I'm obviously playing. But yeah, I mean, guys, coin is still climbing higher.
Man.
Good call out from Sharif there on that front.
Adara's long this, by the way. Adara, you still holding it? Yes, she's still very much so, she
long from what, Adara?
said. Multiple
I will
entries.
pop in here if I may.
Okay,
So
all right.
initially, just shy 243s. With I think now with averages in Providence stuff, it's probably
She holds it
just
for
below.
dollars.
It's mid
You don't
248.
know this, bro? She holds it for dollars, bro.
243.
Get it, Adara.
That's a 10. Okay.
What'd you say?
Oh, she said all that stuff.
That part is, I believe, all now exunt, but I added more, so I'm
Fair.
still in. Yeah.
Yeah, monstrous trade there from Adara on MSTR. So, yeah, good look. Or, sorry, coin, sorry, guys, on that one. So, come on, Tesla, break. It doesn't want to. We keep rejecting this. Let's see what level this is actually on the underlying. 321.57 we continuously reject. And now heading back towards the volume weighted average price. So this might fake me out here on that breakout unless we can get some buyers to step in aggressively. But here we go, looking like we're going to breach VWAP, and I'm just going to hop out of this trade. Don't want to dig too much. I mentioned time and time again that you can see where the market's sitting at and where Tesla is. I mean, that obviously gives it some room to go. But if it doesn't want to participate and the market starts selling off, you'll see the selling pressure start to pick up in Tesla. So if we don't get the ball rolling relatively soon, then I don't know if we're going to get that breakout just yet, Sharif.
Well said, Joseph. All right, 12:30. Oh, wow. HCB just took VWAP again. Here we go. This is such a bamboozler. It's been way too long for my liking south of VWAP, so I'm going to have to wait till it clears it. Guys, we lost VWAP at 11:50. We're reclaiming it now at 12:30. That's 40 minutes spent below there. Prior to that, the VWAP drops or retracements had been on a two 5-minute candle basis, and they were only wicks. It would end up closing above the volume weighted average price. Not so on this time around. So here we go, 14. We haven't been above 14 since I took that printout, I believe at 14.15. Let's see if we're able to clear 14. HCWB, guys, it's up 168% on the day, much like LICN, except HCWB above the volume weighted average price and was able to take out the pre-market high. Not the case for our friend LICN. So let's see right now, we're still rejecting that $14 level. I don't want to punch in here with that seller still up on the level 2. Let's see if we're able to clear 14 on a bid and ask basis. It's kind of stagnant right now at 14s and then 1388s. We're unable to shake that. There we go. So now we're above 14 by a skosh. So do we punch in now? Let's see over here. There we go. We're going to get long. Does it let us in? It does. So we've got 17s on. Let's see if we can extract some here in the low 30s. We'll take a print there. There we go. Okay, now let's wait at 48, and we're going to layer these orders to the high side here. So we're going to look for a hold of 14 and a break to the top side. So we've got 14, 17 on right now, showing me 30s. So let's see if we're able to have a sustained break, or this is just going to be kind of one of those ones where we just hang out below or hang out at 14 for a second, and then we end up losing the bid. So I'm going to put a stop right here. Just give me a second to throw that on. And there we go. We've got the stop in place. It's going to have to hold above that 70 penny level. I'm talking about HCWB. Was able to extract a quick print to the high side, but still now holding the other part for break even. HCWB, big mover on the day, 173%. Up into the 30s we go. Can we get that continuity to the high side? On this name, seller at 30s here, really nothing posted on the level 2. You got to feel this is like an iceberg order, which is typically the case for these ones. Also involved in some other names, guys. Right now, we're waiting for SMR to weasel back up. We're about 10 pennies in the money right now on SMR, nothing to write home about, but I'm getting higher lows, which keeps me quite optimistic about this one. We're not at highs, but we're putting in higher lows. Also, Archer, VWAP trade, got a beak wetter there, entered in on the retracement in the VWAP, just popped up there, took a quick print, but nothing again to write home about on this one. This one's really dropping off in terms of volume. The volume profile is quite light on this one. HCWB right back into 14, holding for now. I wouldn't, if you're trading this one and you're basing your trade off 14, my suggestion to you is, it can't be a tight stop below 14. I know how much you want to lock in the profits and prevent the losses, but a super tight stop below 14 is not the right methodology for a name that's awfully spready like this and awfully volatile. So give it the appropriate size so you can give it the appropriate room. You know, and that's kind of what my suggestion would be. We're zigging and zagging right now, Joseph, at this level. Let's see how this ends up doing.
All right, Melius. Yeah, so we added into this Tesla position. I see Neil mentioned that we were breaking the wedge as well, but I want to see that volume really pick up, and I'm not seeing that right now. So I don't know from what kind of sign that is, but it's not looking too good. We really want to see it get aggressive here on the tape and on the volume by time profile, but we're not getting that. So pulling back in, I would want it to break relatively quick as the market is pulling in as well too. So it's either this is going to really get going. See, that's the thing. I'm not getting that volume stepping in, guys. I'm gonna get out of this trade. I'm pretty aggressive on it right now. I don't see it breaking up. If it was going to go, I think it would have went already. I know Luis Martinez said be patient. But, okay, there we go. Ooh, all right. Now we're back in the money. All right, let's go. Patience is key, he says. And that's the name of the game. Funny how that works, yeah, I know. It is crazy. Scary, spooky, hilarious. But, yeah, you know that song. I always do that, man. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar and whatever song that may be. All right, let's go. Come on, Tesla. We need the participants to punch through this key pivot. I think this is a big resistance zone. If we break through that, then we might be able to get the ball rolling. You can see the strength in the tape as well, too. So focus on that here, guys. Really, really strong tape, but we're not moving. And when we can see those orders getting hit on the bid, we're slightly more aggressive to the downside than when we see those offers getting smashed. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, guys. I put on a little bit more size. Maybe I'll add if we do get this break to that size that I was looking for. But yeah, I'm happy about the positioning. If we don't get this breakout, then if we breach VWAP, I'm going to hop out and find something else to trade here for you guys. But Bitcoin is really, really strong. Good to see this. Breaking through this high, this pre-market high on the day, and it was weak. You've seen what the NASDAQ was up to there, guys, and then it wasn't participating, and then now kind of moving on its own, so not necessarily in sync with what the market is doing right now. See, we did break above that resistance zone, and then we came right back in, so strong defense here. We need those sellers to kind of be lifted, and then we can find a path of least resistance there, Shreve, and hopefully we can crack that 1320 level.
We got the MS keeps asking me the same question, and I can't answer it because it's not my thing. But I told him to tag you, but I don't think he saw my message. So I'm just going to read it out for you, okay?
Absolutely.
Sharif, do you trade options as well for scalping? Can you explain if I'm assuming he means, can you explain if options is better idea or shares? I used to trade options, but now switching to shares to avoid theta. What kind of, obviously you do both, so you'd be a great person to ask about this. What are your thoughts about scalping here with options?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do it. You can, most definitely, but if you're scared of theta, then the only issue, you can resolve that problem really quick. And that's just buy further dated contracts, right? If you're worried, if you're literally intraday trading options, then you should just be buying a couple weeks out or whatever, maybe a month out if you're literally looking to scalp them. But if you're worried about theta, then stop buying underlying 0 DTEs. Always make sure that your asset is liquid as well too. You don't want to be trading non-liquid underlyings. And then if, again, simple solution to that problem is just buy further dated out if you're worried about theta. That's
Well
it.
said, Joseph.
So that's,
all right, man.
It's as simple as it can get, really.
There you go, from the man himself.
Yeah, I mean, that's my 2 cents. Scalp, you think option scalping is safer in this market? Well, if you think that trading a leveraged derivative is safer, then by all means. I don't know if I agree with that. That's just my opinion. Just understand the risks that come with it. You're trading a leveraged product. One contract is equal to 100 shares. So if you're trying to buy 10 contracts, then I don't know, do the math. It's 1,000 shares.
There you go.
And if you get a volatility spike like I got with those short the market calls, that is not fun. That is not safer in my opinion. But the shorting options is a whole new world, Sharif, and a different story. But yeah, to answer your question, just buy further dated out if you're worried about it.
There you go.
All right, let's go Tesla.
Yeah.
I'll send it back to you in 1 second.
Yep.
We keep testing this level. If we get one more and we don't break, then maybe we're not going to get it. But again, Luis Martinez says be patient. And so, yeah, I'll take your advice there, bro.
I got to throw it back to you again, man.
Yeah.
Wuxi asking, Joseph, Sharif, this is right down your alley in 2 ways.
Okay.
I got covered calls on Hood.
Oof.
I knew you'd get pumped about that. See, this is right down your alley, right? I got covered calls on Hood 51 expiry May 16th. So I guess on Friday.
Yeah.
Should I keep rolling, Joseph?
For sure, man. Keep rolling those.
From the man
Keep
himself.
Listen, Katina Man didn't hear this.
What did
I
he
said
say?
Katina Man has Palantir, but your boy has Robinhood.
Okay.
And I'm happy with that. I mean, honestly, do what you want, man. At the end of the day, you got to come up with a trade plan, stick to it. There's nothing wrong with locking in some profit and then rolling over some contracts that are further dated, right? I'm in it for the long term. You can see we're only a couple percentage points off of that all-time high, trading at $63 and change on at a high of today. All-time high being 66. I think we do make that move and breach that all-time high. So by all means, lock in some profits, roll over some contracts, and enjoy the ride there.
Joseph, we're doing it freaking live here on SMR, man. We got 21.52. This thing just moved up into 22.15. We're taking a bunch of prints out right now. SMR is having itself a day. And this is not a small cap gapper, ladies and gentlemen, but it's up 24%. What a beautiful couple of moves up. Look at that curling effect initially. You get that nice curling effect again. So let's keep an eye out here on SMR. It's my biggest winner on the day. We're trying to do it live for you guys right now. Keep an eye out on this one. 22.28, high of the day right now. We're at 22 bucks, losing. What did I print there? I just got 22.12s. So we were definitely up there. There we go, right back into that 22.10 area. SMR doing it live for you guys right now. Now, here's the deal. This Archer Aviation thing, I don't know if I'm going to be holding this for much longer. Now that we've got, yeah, it's convoluted in and around VWAP. It looks like a lot of people are buying it here. Look, I'm going to flatten out here, even though I don't really have many shares on to begin with on Archer. If this one starts showing me some higher highs and higher lows, that curling effect, I'll get back involved. But until that time, thanks, but no thanks here on Archer Aviation. But we're doing it live on HCWB. What do we got? We got 85s. It's showing me 10s. I'm waiting up here at 25, so it's going to have to move up substantially for me to get printed. But I've got a bunch of different dip trades here that I'm looking to execute on all the way into that $0.50. What I'm trying to keep an eye out is VWAP right now. Here we go. It's taking out 17s. Can we get another move up? I'm waiting at 25, so let's pack our patience here. Boom to the high side. All right. What do we got over here, Joseph? So we're going to throw some more here in 41s. Let's set up at 41s, and then we're going to set up north of 41. We're going to wait. You know where I'm waiting, 69s. So we're going to wait over here. So now it's showing me 40s right now on the level 2. Can't clear that level, though, and it's a bit of a spready one. So let's pack our patience, see if we can get that print. Seller at 40 right now on HCWB. This one could be on one right now if we're getting that curling effect. But let's not get too excited too quickly. We know the modus operandi of these small cap gappers is they're bamboozlers in chief. So make sure you are accounting for that when trading them. So
I'm trying to get the money fills on the dips. Whether or not that ends up hurting me or helping me, we'll have to wait and see over here. Now it's moving up into 30. Still can't shake that 40 seller on HCWB. A nice move up nonetheless. Okay, here we go. On SMR, we're going to wait over here. I'm going to wait at 19s, and then we're going to look for a 25 print. The reason I put 25, because I'm born the 25th, and I happen to like the number, but also because you got a 28 high a day. So if you do reject that high a day, you want to get the print, and boom, we take out that SMR level again. Now I'm going to set up at 33, so let's see if we can get that back now to HCWB, zigging and zagging around that 30 penny area. Can't get that 40 print. Been waiting. I've been waiting, and it keeps rejecting, so we'll keep our patience here on HCWB for a possible move to the high side, Joseph.
Yeah, good look there. I've seen your options question. I'm going to go over that momentarily. I'm just kind of managing this position here to see what we got going on with Tesla. So let's see here. Joseph, options help. I have 300 shares of NVIDIA at 115.27. I also sold 3 NVIDIA May 16.25, 121 calls last Friday at $1 per contract. Now it's worth $9.01. That is not good. Minus $2,500 least loss, max profit, exit idea. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. You got to have some stop losses on those short calls. Always, always, always. Don't ever write, ever. Regardless if you're doing your covered call strategy, don't ever write without having a max loss, because you have those contracts that were worth $1, now they're worth $9. Oh. Like that, yeah, that's not good. That's not what you want to do. I don't know. You can roll those over too, right? So go higher strike and then further date it out. But that's the thing in this market. I don't know if you want to be. Someone in the chat said, I think his name was Brisso or something along those lines. Now's not the time to be writing calls, especially against Robinhood and NVDA with these monster moves that you're seeing them being put in. So, I mean, worst case scenario, 115, 300 calls. Yeah, that would be your max loss. As of today, it's looking like you might get assigned on those shares if you don't close those. So you still profit from the difference between your average price and the exercise price. So other than that, you just roll those over and see if that does anything. But go higher, significantly higher strike. And further dated, to be honest with you, just in case you get any form of a pullback. That's what you're going to be looking for. But yeah, that's a fantastic thing that Brisso said in the chat. Don't be writing right now. It's not the time to write contracts, especially with the way the market's moving. If we reject those all-time highs, then maybe you might find something on that front. But yeah, that is not a good look, and hopefully that helped you. You can also DM me on X, and we can talk more about it. But let's go here on TSLA. We're starting to break out, Sharif. This is exactly what we wanted to see, my guy. Yes, let's go. Luis Martinez.
Get it, Luis.
Luis. Thank you. He said patience. Here we go. Let's go. Lewis, we were patient, man. Diamond hands.
Get it,
Call me
bro.
Deontay Wilder, Sharif.
Oh, damn.
Adair said, ooh, you know who Deontay Wilder is,
Are you
Adair?
kidding, Adara? We love
He was on
boxing.
Wild and Out.
Oh,
I
we
know
love
him.
boxing.
He appeared on Wild and Out, like the Nick Cannon rap show. That's the only reason I know Deontay
Was he on,
Wilder.
actually on that? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know he was on a reality TV show. Okay, only one episode, she said.
To this day.
To this day. Oh, we know that interview to this day. Yes. So good.
This day.
Oh,
Let's go.
man. That reminds me of COVID. That was during COVID, right? Wasn't that COVID?
No,
days?
maybe it was something
before?
like this. Yeah.
Okay,
And I love the memes that go along with it. It's like one of the captions was, does your mom still does your laundry? And he's like, to this day. To this day. Yeah, it's good stuff. But man, absolutely great times here.
Yes, sir.
On the show, as always, guys. Luis Martinez, this one's credit to you, my friend. I said I'm going to listen to you.
Hey.
And there we go. We're starting to break out on Tesla. We're loving this, having a great time with everyone.
I'm loving it. Yes, man. Good vibes.
Do we have my chart up? Let me pull my chart up. There we go. Yeah, come on. Let's go. Let's see what we got going on.
Big boy.
Yeah, we broke through those resistance zones. We're going to look to take a little bit more off right here, guys. Oh, I didn't get that point. That peak, but that's okay. There we go. Bang. We'll take some more off. We're sitting on about 45% of the remaining position, Sharif.
Fair enough, Joseph. We're going to wet the beak there quickly here on our friend SMR as it's coming back down, rejecting. I'm just worried about a double top. 22.28 high a day. We get into that candle that manifested on the 5 at 12.40, and the high there is 22.25. So 3 pennies light of that high, and that's what I concern myself with, a possible double top. I have to account for that, so we're going to wet the beak there real quick on.
SMR. Now, I did get back into Archer Aviation because it did get into VWAP. I'm giving this to prior bar low. That takes me down to 1083. I'm long 1090. I won't give this one much room, if at all, because it's shown to really not have a bid in and around VWAP. Well, it'll have to prove itself to me if I'm going to get some more in there. Now, back to HCWB. I've been patient with this one, and I've been trying to discern what the pattern is here. We're getting higher lows, but we're not necessarily getting higher highs. My observation is that 40 level, high 30s to 40s, keeps rejecting. But I think it might be trouble for the shorts here because we're putting in higher lows with that flat top, and that's a level that we had trouble with before. Look at those candles at 11.55 and 12. They all rejected at around that 30 penny area. So it seems like the sellers are coming in at 14.40 to 14.30 for whatever reason. I would have expected them to come in at the $0.50. Maybe that's why they're doing that, because they know if I'm thinking it, there's other people thinking it as well, looking for that $0.50 resistance, but it seems to come in a little bit before. So we've got a position on right now, 1382 average. It's showing me 14 and change. Not the area where I want to wet the beak, but I'm going to continue to pack my patience here for another move up. I stop out below that $0.50. Oh, Alfredo, I just want to Perez. Thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat, $5. Picks for NBA series ? You guys like the Knicks or Pacers? I'm going to have to send you the big kahunas for this because I don't
that's
do
exactly
basketball.
what I was thinking.
Let's just read it out, though.
Yeah.
You guys like the Knicks or Pacers to win against the current team? The odds are close to 1-1 on Robinhood. Thanks. Love you guys. We love you right back, man. And I feel bad for not being able to chime in here. But, gentlemen, any picks there that you can give to our man Alfredo Perez with respect to that? Katina Man's shaking his head. I'm not going to say that, Katina Man. He said Maple Leafs, baby. Neil, anything you can give us on that end? Boston's best player just got carried out on a wheelchair, so that's not a good look. If he's out with an Achilles, I mean, it is what it is. What is Neil supposed to do for there? So anything that we can tell him there about Knicks or Pacers? Again, he doesn't know the status. Well, fair enough, man. Fair enough. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. I'm sorry, Alfredo, man. You asked me about boxing. I can chime in. Maybe a little football. Not these days because I haven't been watching football in a while. Soccer, I can definitely help you. Basketball, I'm going to have to steer clear. I know my man Joey Options obviously has his foot on the rink. I was about to say his hat in the ring, but you got your hat and your gloves in the ring, but you also got your skate in the rink as well.
Always. Man.
Ring and rink.
Yeah, ring. Yeah, exactly.
The ring and the rink, huh?
Wow, look at Tesla go here, guys. Nice.
Get it,
work
man.
Here.
What's our friend Elon doing?
Yeah, I don't know. He's selling Optimus over there across the pond. So, yeah, fantastic stuff. Do we have my chart up? Yeah, this is what I like to see here, guys. We'll take a little bit more off right here. Oh, we got rejected.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
She wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready. Yeah, Thomas, no, I don't think I said that, to be honest with you. I told them to roll those contracts. And you don't want to be doing the covered call system right now. There's no reason to be running it on the likes of Hood and on the likes of NVDA, right? You can see how the market's been trading for the past little while. I just don't think it's the time. So maybe you misunderstood what I said, or maybe I said something otherwise. I don't know, but it's not that serious. Again, you got to come up with your own trade plans. We can give you advice and say, hey, this is what I've done before, but at the end of the day, you're the one pressing your own buttons. We can't execute or do anything along those lines for you. But my opinion is this is not the market to be selling any form of cover call in right now. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's just me.
You heard it from the man himself.
Look, there we go, guys. Like, nice. We took another little bit off here on TSLA. Great patience. More shares would have been obviously ideal, but here we go. Tesla.
What?
Katina, man, are you still in this thing? Oh, no. Yeah, it's really starting to move here now, guys. So I only have about 33% of the position remaining. We'll take a little bit more off right here. And bang, we caught that fill. So really nice look on TSLL. That price compression pattern, they're really coming into play here, guys. You've seen that. We had that marked out. We broke it. Volume picked up on the lower time frames. That's a positive sign for the breakout. Could we have added to it? Absolutely. We're going to document the trade, and we're always going to find another way to just make our trades better and bigger. That's for sure, Sharif.
All right, Joseph, here we go. We just took out the level there on HCWB. I've got 75s on. Now it's showing me 50s. We're real close to the dollar club on this one. Exactly where I'm going to set up. So I've got 75s to the T. It's showing me 55s now, baby. So we're going to set up. Here we go. Showing me 70s. It just showed me 70. Don't do that to me. Come on now. If this one really gets breakoutish, like, I mean, if it blows through 15, we're going to have to trade it as a breakout trade. So right now, it is kind of a support and resistance trade off that VWAP area. But if it gets crazy, like it did before, we're gonna trade it as a breakout trade. So we just got the 40 prints there. I'm waiting at 75s now. This is up 175%. It's a good look. I kind of had the feeling that 40 seller was gonna get shaken, given that we were putting in higher lows over and over and over. But you're able to get more shares, so you don't have to go full position all at once on HCWB. My observation is, because the range per candle is quite wide, and what I mean by that is, you know, the range, each 5-minute candle could have like $1.25 of range. Because the range per candle is wide, you can try to get in at the lower end of the range. When it does fill you get some out, it drops back into that area low. You pick up some more there for that next higher low. That's what I'm thinking here. You don't have to go in big size all at once on HCWB. Use its volatility and its wide range per candle to your advantage here. That's my thinking. 1450 now we're showing. Let's see, I'm waiting at 75s. Let's see if we can get something in and around that area there. And then again, if we get parabolic and we start getting tape teleportation on the time and sales, then we're gonna look at it as a breakout trade, not a support and resistance trade. So that's what I'm looking at right now on HCWB. Keeping an eye, obviously, goes without saying on SMR, as we got again into that high of the day, and again we rejected, so I was able to wet the beak there super quick on a quick out there. But we are going to get stopped out for very small size here on Archer. So we'll go, I guess, maybe 1.5 for 2, because we were able to get a beak wetter there. So we get stopped out for the remaining amount, and then we get stopped out again. So Archer, done. It keeps losing the volume weighted average price, no longer interested in that one. Going to keep my eye here on HCWB. Somebody was asking me about MOGO, one of the ones we were involved with to start the show, is well over 100% when we were talking about it, down now into 72. Look, guys, this one, it lost VWAP, and it is no longer of interest to me. It is stair-stepping down with lower lows and lower highs. So unless it can retake that $2 level on a closing basis and start showing me a pattern of higher highs and higher lows, then I want nothing to do with it. We'll just get it, Joe. What's going on over there? Tell the people.
Tesla's continuing to just move here. Look at this, guys, breaking out. What a beautiful breakout. Now heading towards that high day here, using TSLA, 2x leverage here, guys. So what a beautiful move here on Tesla. That volume most definitely supporting this move here, Sharif, and that's exactly what we want to see. Rejected once again. Oh, okay. Let's,
oh no.
Oh yeah. Wow. What a bigly move here. This is my new favorite word right now is bigly. I like so yeah, let's go Tesla and BBAI. Yeah, let's go Katina, man. What are you in Tesla from?
He's not in Tesla.
218, you're not in it anymore. Okay, all right. So yeah, we're climbing it. We're climbing in this name. You can see that we're gone positive. Let's pull up the actual underlying to see from a percentage metric. It's approximately half. So about yet. Your
Patty
best
told me you were in an
325?
8-banger on that one. I was on my walk. He's like, Katina Man's in an 8-banger. Well, I'm just telling you what he told me, Katina Man. Yeah.
It did go. It did go. So yeah, there we go, guys. We're gonna take a little bit more out up here. Nice move here. It is another hot dog cannon. Hit the face slapper for me, please, Katina, man. That might be my new favorite one. Yes, let's go, JP. We're having a good time, man. A beautiful breakout here, guys, on TSLA.
That's a big boy trade.
Yeah, that's a big boy trade. This is what we do, man. And having fun doing it with Sharif and showing you guys. We were talking about this. Actually, you know what? I have to give the most credit to is Luis Martinez in the chat. He said, Joe, be patient and just sit on those shares. So there we go. Beautiful stuff here. As we continue to climb, I'm going to take one more off for the
Take it, Joe.
and then send it back to Sharif. This thing is going crazy right now, Sharif. Oh my days. All right, let's go. We got another field here on TSLA. Yes, Elon, we now breached that high a day. This is an absolute monster move. I don't even know what to say to you guys. We caught another massive breakout here. Look at this trade. It took us 3 attempts. What a big move here on Tesla. Neo called out the wedge being broken.
Get it,
let's
Neo.
go. Katina Man, mini me. Let's go. I love that. That's how we do. But Katina Man, check it out. Add. Let's go.
That's a face slapper,
Yeah,
my
that's
boy.
another face slapper.
And we just hit the dollar club again
Oh
on
my
HCWB,
days.
baby.
I'm back
There
in
it
the
is.
club. I'm back in the club. I'm back in
Oh
it.
man, can you imagine dancing like this at the club? Yeah, all the femininas would be flocking. No, I'm kidding,
move, man.
of course, right?
I'm a swear in the club. You know what I mean?
You don't post up?
I post, yeah,
You
I post up, but I
There
did get a
it
little
is.
side to side. Oh my, okay, we got to pull out my chart one more time, Assassino.
Get it,
this
Joe.
Is crazy.
Assassino's getting involved. I love
As we
it.
continue to move higher, why do we keep getting rejected? No. All right, here we are. Sorry, a little
Okay, it's
lackluster,
okay,
but we
it's okay.
took another one off and bang, Sharif. I'm not going to boom because you know I don't boom. I told you about the backstory
What
of
happened?
the one guy who always I used to play poker with, and whenever he would take somebody out, boom.
And just smash all the
Yeah,
chips?
and just like smash the table and just get overexcited. And we're like,
Oh,
all
wow.
right, his name was Bo. We're like, all right, Bo, that's enough, brother. You can't be booming on the boys like that. So
What'd you say, Rob?
Here we go.
Bo don't know.
Bo don't know.
Obviously, he's referencing Bo Jackson and the campaign in the 80s of Bo Knows. Am I right? Hey,
I wouldn't know
get it
about
to
that
Robbie
one.
Rob.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's well, clearly we're of the same thinking there, Rob. So otherwise, I wouldn't have known about it. All right, guys, HCWB. I want to cover this trade. We were working into this one again, like as I mentioned, on the higher low. So let me just zoom in so you guys can see this a little bit better. Initially got in, added all the way into the higher lows. We scalp out there, so we're done this trade. It's up 180%. But I'm very interested in taking HCWB as a breakout trade above $15. It's still thickly traded at these levels, unable to really kind of get going in a parabolic nature, but nonetheless giving you a good move up, no question. So keeping an eye here on HCWB. I'm also involved in SMR, but this one does look like it's going to double top. Now, I have a level here that I like for my out because SMR held the 20 exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart like a like a T. It held it very well. Okay, 2137 is the area low. It moves all the way up into 2137 is the area low. It moves up almost into $23. So we've got a nice winner on right now, 22.28. If it gets back into 2173, that's the end of the matter. And I like that because I've got 2147 long. So that gives me quite a bit of room here with which to deal with, okay? So that's what I'm looking at, 22.28 high a day. And we're moving back into 22, but anything below 21 3/4. Now, here's the deal. If it gets into 21 3/4 and shows me that it's going to hold up there by obviously printing a new candle to make a 5-minute high, I will get back in and I will add more shares. I've only got a couple of B quarters left here on SMR, so I don't mind certainly getting more, but it's going to have to set up in the right way. All right, so that's what I'm keeping my eye on. Skull, Sharif. Wow. Making the topping wicks on HCWB, must be using that fatty size. Shout out to you, my guy.
yeah.
I love that song, man, Fatty Girl from 100 years ago. Playing, of course.
Sorry to interrupt you, brother.
Oh, it's okay.
But our good friend BVB, he said, are we going to do it today? And we're most definitely going to do it. It's time for the
Who's BBB?
BVB, Bear vs. Bulls.
Oh, my God. BVB. I thought you said triple B.
Oh, no,
BBB.
No, BVB. All right, let's get the playmaker in.
I'm ready to go.
All right, we're ready to roll. I'm
We're
not
going
that
long
ready
or
yet.
short?
Yeah. We're going. What are we doing today, BVB? It looks like we are going long today.
Yeah, I
It
could've
may
told
not be
you
the
that.
best time, but we could have guessed that one there. All right, 92. What number 92? What athlete, pro athlete, wears number 92? I
have no idea.
We have no idea. It doesn't matter because we have 92 data. Yeah, we have 92 data points. All right, brother, talk to me.
587.88, Joseph.
587.88.
We're taking profits.
Whoa.
587.88.
All right.
There you go.
587.
We're good to go.
88, yeah, baby.
587.88. We're taking profits at 589.88.
589.
And we're getting stopped out at 586.88.
Bang. 5,688.
My guy.
There we go. We're going long.
We're doing a lot.
See, I told you guys about the update on it. For some reason, when I was adding all these, the cumulative wasn't adding up and reflecting in our equity curve here, guys. But there it is. That's the equity curve. That's 92 data points right there, folks. So loving that one. Good stuff here, guys, and thank you all for participating in the Playmaker poll. But we got a super chat here. Oh, our guy Nimrod. What's up, brother? So depressed, guys.
Why?
I bought 5K INHD at $15 yesterday. Rocket alarm hit mid-order, so ran to shelter before I could set
I'm really
stop
sorry to hear
loss.
about that,
Wow.
man.
Came
I'm really
back,
sorry
it
to hear
dropped to
about
$6, then $3 a year's low.
It's crazy.
Now debating cut losses at 50K or hold and hope.
Yeah, that's. I'm really sorry to hear about that, Nimrod. Obviously, man, we talked about these belligerencies everywhere in the world. It seems to be happening more and more in different regions. You know, we see the war in Europe, obviously the conflict in the Middle East, now in Asia. Hopefully that Pakistan, India thing can remain dormant now that they've, looks like there's a ceasefire. We'll see. It's just ugly, man. I don't like seeing it, but we're going to... I hate to say this, but I think this is the direction of the world for the little bit. And you and I have talked about this off camera. I think it's becoming a multipolar world. You're strong, I'm strong, she's strong, he's strong. We all got to flex. We got to see who's the strongest of the bunch.
Yeah.
And that's what happened before World War II. A lot of countries were strong. And I'm not saying we're going to get a world war, but you can feel that these
The
conflicts
tensions
are starting to pick up a
rising.
little bit. And I hate it.
I'm going to be honest with you, I just don't get it. Like, it's so much easier if you just work together and...
Yeah, it's not going to happen, Joseph.
It's definitely not going to happen, but at the end of the day, we all go to the same, we're all buried in the same place. Our blood's the same color. I don't understand.
Straight
why
up,
we all
bro.
gotta
Straight
fight
up. Like, well said, dude. No, straight up, well
we're all
said.
going the same.
Well
We're all
said.
going in the ground at the end of the day,
At
right?
the end of the day,
Yeah,
you
so
know.
I don't understand, but why would you want to kind of speed up that process? And I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry to hear about that, especially what's going on with India, Pakistan, obviously Ukraine, Russia. I don't want to see any of that.
It's
stuff.
ugly.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly stuff, and I don't think there's a need for it. So.
It's ugly, guys. All right, let's get back to some trading over here and keep an eye on what people are calling out. I want to mention LICN, okay? It is above VWAP now. It displeases me because we got to get above that pre-market high. I just won't be fighting with this one. I've done it before, much to my chagrin, where you try to get in, you think you got a feel on something. Oh, it's holding the 10 EMA. Oh, it's holding this or that or whatever. And then it's below the pre-market high, and then you watch that kind of dwindle there. So that I will put an alert on this one because it's not beyond the realm of possibility that this takes out the pre-market high. I've seen it before. I'm throwing that order at 9.5. That's ample amount of time to give me an alert about that $10 break and take. It's getting a lot closer. It's still dilly-dallying here with VWAP, but I like the look of this one's jib on a more recent basis. Let me explain why. We got above VWAP here, quick to retrace and lose a VWAP, and now we're holding the volume-weighted average price as a support level on a 3-candle, 5-minute chart basis. That means 15 minutes in 1 minute holding that level. VWAP guys at around 675, a little bit lower. This is a very spready name. It's a very volatile name. You just saw 768 Adara, and now it's down to 698. So you get, yeah. Oh boy, is absolutely right about this one. So trade this carefully, guys, with position size and proper entries. If you see the money fills, like for example here, are below VWAP, set an order below VWAP. You know what I mean? What does it hurt you to do that? Set some resting orders. So again, I don't touch this until it takes out the pre-market high, but I've got it on watch now. I'm alert to it. So LICN, fantastic look. We're still holding some here on SMR. That's the only position I've got long at the moment. I've got 47s. It's still holding. It's at 22.10, so we're still nicely in the money on this one. The last 3 candles on the 5-minute chart on SMR have been holding the 10. Like as I mentioned to you guys, I was interested in adding more on SMR at the 20 because that's where it held up for almost about 25 minutes or so. So I was kind of more biased to that 20 period retracement. Alas, it's not coming in quite yet, Joseph. So packing my patience there, my man. What do you got on your side?
Ayo Lewis.
Ayo Lewis.
I love that name. Ayo Lewis. $2 super chat. Number 92, Reggie White. Love that one.
That's a Katina man right there,
Yeah,
my boy. Reggie White, OG from Green Bay.
Reggie White. Oh, I thought who was it? Marvin Harrison and Who played? But he played for Indianapolis. I thought he played with it.
No. Reggie White played for Green Bay. God rest his soul.
Who was that? Who was that tandem? Oh, okay. Who was that tandem though? Marvin Harrison and who Peyton's best?
Oh,
he was on. He was on that. But that was. But it was Marvin Harrison and somebody else.
Are you talking about the wideout? The wideout?
Yeah.
Reggie. Reggie
Wayne. That's it. Reggie Wayne. So there we go. Reggie Wayne. Not
Yeah, that was a badass combination.
That was
Peyton.
That was it. Peyton.
Oh.
Right. And he didn't have. I was gonna say Dallas. He didn't have Dallas Clark. Or did he have Dallas Clark? Yeah,
he did, man. That was tight end.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tight end. Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, shut up.
Edgerrin James from
There we go.
2005.
So yeah,
The Edgerrin James and LaDainian Tomlinson. Remember that year? That was an insane year.
Anyway, Shreve,
Sorry, we digressed.
I didn't. No, it's okay. I didn't. I think I don't know how you're gonna feel about this one. Number 92, Reggie White. Cowboys losing week 1 at Lewis. Hey,
Lewis.
Hey, yo.
Just pooping on the Cowboys there. That's not hard to do these days,
no,
Joseph.
man,
But I'll take it in stride. You know what it is, whatever.
Here we go. But yeah, here we go, guys. Nice look here on TSLA. Good pullback. Let's see if we can continue this. One thing to note is this signal here that might be a topping signal. If we blow past this, then there's most definitely going to be some more topside. To Tesla, let's pull up the options chain to see what we got going on from an OI standpoint. And if we're kind of in squeeze territory, all right, so 325, we're now north of that. We have 20,000 open contracts. So those guys are offside right now, Sharif, on the market makers, that is. And then at 330, we have 22,000 open contracts right there. So let's see if we can tap into 330. We're now trading at 325.87. So we couldn't get to that 330 strike price just yet, but it might be in the works here. And 350, there's even more size.
Well said, Joseph. All right, guys, I've weaseled into a new trade, MVST. So you'll recall I spoke about this one as a possible flat bottom break candidate. And I looked over to Neil. I said, Neil, I may need shorts for this. And he's like, bro, don't waste my time. Check to see if it's free for shorts. He didn't say anything alike. I'm just making it up for exaggerating for effect. But the point was, this was a free shorts on our system on Pre-Pro 8. Shout out to Real Trading, the best prop firm around these parts. Why I said it could be a flat bottom break was lower high, lower high, lower high. All the while, we were kind of holding that flat bottom around 305. And then we break trend here. We really changed the tune of this one, and now we're taking out these areas. What really caught my attention was this area take. Even though I'll submit to you guys the real level was around 315, 316, because we really couldn't hold up above there, even though the wicks got into about 320s. So I'm involved in this one now. I did add on the little bit of a dip there. I scalped out super quick on MVST. Let's see if this one can test that high a day. 330. I mean, we're not really that far away from it. So we'll keep an eye out on this one. I've added into this one. I can add again into 17. I like that because I perceive that one to be the breakout level. So we'll see what MVST does. It's up a respectable 35% on the day. Nothing huge, obviously, but a good look nonetheless. CONL is coming in to the 20 exponential moving average for the first time on the day. Again, this is a coin derivative, a 2-time leveraged ETF for Coinbase, CONL. It's up 43%. So it looks like we topped out on coin because now we've got a 4-candle red setup on the 5, breaching the 10 on a closing basis for the first time on the day, and now possibly coming into the 20. So I'm watching this one for a possible entry here. Obviously, I will be looking at Coinbase as well to see what the levels are there, but I had CONL up on the side chart as a possible entry. It did lose a little bit of that high, so we'll see what the sitch is with that one, and we'll execute on it if it's warranted. I'm waiting north of 25 here on MVST for the first profit taker with that planned dollar cost average to the lower end of the range there at 317. So nothing quite yet on that one. Packing my patience there. SMR, Joseph continues to hold that $22 level, and by extension of that, the 10 exponential moving average. I was worried about a possible double top, and I still am, quite frankly, because here's once, here's twice, But the thing is, now we're starting to put in higher lows. So I'm starting to think that this might be a higher low, higher high situation rather than a double top. We'll have to wait and see. Packing my patience here with the orders already in place and looking for execution there. So that's the situation I'm involved in right now. We've got SMR long and we've got MVST long. Joseph's getting amped up over there, bro.
Yeah,
What's happening over there?
It looks like we might break that pivot, that signal high here, guys.
Big
you can
boy.
see kind of a big engulfing candle here on TSLL. Someone in the chat, Caleb English. I'm going to go over DocuSign in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to go over the trades here on this on the day. I have it up on my side chart, and then we'll go over that. But here we go. Break that high day here on TSLA there, guys. So really good luck. We're going to take some off here. Boom, and we caught that fill. Good ad position there. I didn't do it, but that's okay. We're just going to hold on to what we got. We don't have too much size left, so just leave it for a runner to see if we can continue to climb into that 330 level that we're looking for. But now let's pull up some DocuSign.
Pull it up.
And see what we got going on. For a swing, to be exact there, Sharif, not intraday. You can see that it's not the most liquid thing. But okay, here, let's just kind of do some basic technical analysis. So we have our trend line, and we're sitting on the back side of it. So that's a positive sign. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, multiple touches on DocuSign now sitting on the opposite side with the market continuing to rally. If you get a retest of this level, then maybe you can add into the position. But as soon as it cracks it, I would be looking to get out. This would be my stop loss right here. Even though it is wide, it's a $10 stop on DocuSign, but you're swing trading this, right? So you're going to have those wider stops. You're looking for the daily ranges and everything along those lines. So that's it on DocuSign. I like it. You want to crack this pivot right here. You can see that's going to be an important zone for you to get through, and then you might be able to head up to that next level, and that's going to put us around 99. So yeah, again, just have a trade plan in place, and that's all I can really tell you. I would use this as my stop, backside of the trend, looking good, add into the position as you break through some key levels, and then look for that, ride that wave all the way up into 99 or even 100 there, guys. But yeah, let's go Tesla.
Go.
We're continuing to climb here on TSLA, guys. Looking beautiful. Yeah, Sharif. Really nice trade. We caught that breakout. Shout out to Luis Martinez. He said patience is key, and that's exactly what we did. So again, Caleb, hopefully that helped you. That was my game plan. I had 2 game plans, right? So it's the exact same thing. Sitting on the backside of that trend is the initial thesis that I build on Bitcoin. You can see we have that steady downtrend. As soon as we set on the opposite side of it, that's when I slowly started to grab contracts and shares for the swing. The exact same thing going on with NVIDIA. It just took a little longer for it to get the ball rolling on that, and it worked out really nice. I mean, we're trading at $130. I was grabbing it around 105. I got a nasty fill on some out-the-money contracts on 2. That's the 110 strike, and then I sold those as well last week. Again, see, that's the thing. I sold the majority of the contracts and the shares. I left some for a runner on Friday, but then we get that big gap up, and my friend said to me, "Well, Joe, you could have made X amount of money." I said, "Yeah, I could have." But you got to understand is that I built a trade plan, I had my specific targets, and I stuck with that trade plan. You can always get more. That's the thing with trading. No matter how good your trade is, you're always going to be like, I could have had more, I could have had
100%.
more. But at some point, you have to accept the fact that you literally executed your plan to a T, and that's what matters. You lock in however many figures, you have to be happy with that because there's always going to be another opportunity to get into those trades. So be happy with what you have. Because being greedy is as our guy Jim Cramer likes to say, says pigs get slaughtered or something along those lines, right? So don't get too greedy. Just
Katina Man used to say that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So just lock in some profits and then leave about 20, 30, 40% as a runner, and then that way you can still build some profits and gain some more unrealized there, Sharif.
Yes, sir.
That's just my plans.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite hockey player of all time?
Of all, Darcy Tucker.
Darcy Tucker.
Yeah, number 16.
I know who Darcy Tucker is. He was kind of like an enforcer, but also
he could score.
He could score as well.
Exactly.
Because he's a Leaf?
Yeah.
That's why I'm assuming.
Anywhere number 16. Well, I guess I like Darcy Tucker because of 16, but yeah, Darcy Tucker is hands down my all-time favorite.
Okay, so I didn't expect you to say that.
Who did you think I was going to say?
I don't know, somebody like a bit more common, like an Ovechkin or Crosby.
No.
So number 2, give me your top 3.
top three hockey, like my favorite or the best three? of
Your
all
favorite? No. Just your favorite.
Okay, my favorite would be so Darcy Tucker at number 1.
Okay.
Maybe Eddie Belfour.
The goalie.
Yeah, the goalie. I like the Eagle. Eddie the
Okay,
Eagle. I
yeah.
like him. Shout out
What's
to
that
Eddie.
What happened, Katina, man? Palantir. I know. Neil just put that in the chat too. We'll cover it in one second. Go ahead.
We'll put, and then let's see here. I'll throw up. I just like Sid's work ethic, so I'll go Sid at number 3.
Sid the Kid?
Yeah, at number 3.
We'll get back to that in a second, but we got to do Palantir now
Let's see
because
what Palantir-
Neil put this in the chat. Katina man alerting me to it right now. Palantir is a rocket. Okay, let's just call a spade a spade. This thing's up 10%, 9.85. It has now a market cap of $307 billion. Why so low, says the Katina man. Katina man, they don't even make $1 billion a quarter yet, my guy, which is crazy because they're guiding their next quarter 900 and change. It doesn't matter. We're pricing in future earnings, and you got the haired one out in Saudi Arabia. He's striking deals. He's getting things done. I'm talking about Alex Karp. We just got into the high of the day, guys. $130.23. We opened up at the light price of $118.54. What a move up today for Palantir. As you can see, it's been everything but magnetically affected by that 10 exponential moving average on the 5. It has been take anything you want off that 10 EMA. It has given it to you. So PLTR, guys, up into the dang right. Katina is getting amped up over there, baby, as PLTR continues to make those higher highs and higher lows. Fantastic look on the day. I hope everybody's printing up multiple storms on Palantir. All right, guys, we just got the beak wet there on MVST as it took out that $0.25 area, got wicked in at 26, is now looking at wetting the beak there at around 30s. We'll see what the situation is with this one. It has been a bit of a slow mover here. I am concerned about the double top, though, as I mentioned. $3.30 is the high of the day that we put in around, I want to say 10 o'clock, give or take, and we haven't been at 10:20. We haven't been able to get above that level. So looking to take out some prints there if I'm able to. This one, though, HCWB continues to put in higher highs and higher lows. You're not necessarily getting that breakout above 15 that I was hoping for, but this is giving you opportunities to weasel in, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I just weaseled right there at 08. So let's go ahead and set up something possibly at, that third of a dollar or whatever. We'll see if we can get something there. As it's showing me 40, I think I could get this print super quick if it does move up there. So here we go. We're long again. HCWB. What's going on? You're getting amped up too. Yeah, you and the Katina man are getting amped up.
Yeah, but my guy's printing over there. I like that, man. I like it when people eat around me. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good, bro.
Let's eat. Let's eat. Face slapper.
You like to eat, eh? Yeah, I know, man.
Well, I like my peeps to eat as well too. You know what I mean? And not just me. Come on, man. Come on, man.
As long as you're making money too, bro. We all gotta be eating.
Everybody's gotta be. Yeah. There's enough.
We're
there's
all
enough
gonna be
pieces
eating.
of the pie for everyone except for your boy because you don't like pie.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, you kind of left me on the edge of my seat here of what you were getting at with my favorite hockey player and how. Yeah.
Right.
So we can run through that there.
Yeah, just give me a second because HCWB is kind of making moves. I'll get back to that, I promise. But here we go, guys. So keep your eye out on this one. We just got out again. That was as quick as you like, man. 40-penny winner on HCWB. Quick as you like. It's got wide ranges per candle. So in practice, practically speaking, you can get in and get out super quick if you're able to identify the lower end of the range of that candle. That's exactly what I did there. It seems to be finding some support at 14, but then you get this candle like we got at 105. This candle is the one I'm talking about right over here. That breaches all those levels and takes you all the way back down into 2/3 of a dollar. So you can't place your stop just a couple of pennies below 14 because there's going to be situations like that happen. In those cases, it's one of those situations where you end up asking yourself, do I DCA at that level or do I stop out and then look to get back in once it reclaims the level? That's always a question I'm asking myself. Like with candles like this that just take you below that 14 because every single print with the other candles except this one here at 105 is defending 14. Exactly why I just got into 14 there. So HCWB continuing to give you prints. It's giving you higher lows. It's above VWAP. It was obviously way above that pre-market high with that high a day of 1780. So it meets all the right requirements. It's got all the right ingredients. Now we just have to execute properly on it. Obviously a lot easier said than done to do that. But I'm going to wait again to the lower end of that range. We can see if we get something around there, and then I'll be looking to take something a little bit higher. See here on HCWB. Also, guys, I want to mention MVST. I'm not sure what happened there, but oh, we did get the print. Excuse me, I thought I didn't get the print. No, we did get the print, but the one on top of it still going unfilled, so we'll pack our patience on that. And then SMR continues to kind of curl off that 10 EMA. It's not giving you that $0.25 breakout as aggressively as I had hoped, but we're awfully closer to the high there, Joseph, than we are to the low. By the way, the low is 1851. Feels far removed from the current price action right now. So keeping my eye here on HCWB as I've put now a dip trade to try to get the money fill off 14, Joe.
Yeah, good luck here, guys. All right, guys, in sports playing, flexibility is everything. At ProfitX, you can see the order book, just like the financial exchange. Pick your spot and customize the odds to fit your risk. Why settle for a single offered price when you can set your own? Plus, our own mobile interface makes it easy to play on the go. ProfitX, where you can call the shots anytime, anywhere. Users can use code TraderTV to get our sign-up offer of 2% cash back on up to $300 there, guys, on ProfitX. I gotta see what the line is for the Leafs to win the cup now.
Oh, what's gonna happen tonight?
I mean,
so it's game 5 tonight?
No, Wednesday. Tomorrow.
It's Wednesday. I thought, they said 2-day break.
Yeah, I guess because they're going back home because now it's 1-1. Yeah, it's like
good call.
Right?
Forgot about that.
What's happening on Wednesday? I mean, they should have won on, I think it was the Wednesday or the Friday game. They should have won when they were up 3-1, and then they lose 2-0 yesterday. The one big factor here, Sharif, is that the goalie, Joseph Wall, isn't the best puck handler, and I find that the Leafs play significantly more confident with Stolars in the back of the net. I know that has a big impact on hockey players, on who's like back there controlling kind of.
When's the ETA on Stolars coming back?
I don't think he's back. He's not going to be back this round. And if
really?
He does, he won't be back this round. And if he is, again, he was so hot. He's cooled off now. He's missed some big games. For him to come back in at that pace and put in solid games, it's going to be difficult, right? So you want to ease him in. If the Leafs are lucky, they get out of this round, and then hopefully, you know what I mean, you can put them in from like a game 1 or game 2 because they do have home ice advantage throughout the whole Eastern Conference.
Sure.
So
well, it's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think that it was going to be that long of a delay for concussion.
Bro. The conkies are, again.
What does that mean?
Conky?
Concussions?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's like, what?
The concussions aren't
good,
man. They linger. Yeah. I had one. I told you what happened with me, and they just linger and they get aggravated so easily. And that's the issue on the concussion protocol there, guys. But let's go screen.
Get it.
Oh,
what? You got it right there, man.
No,
What's wrong?
I wanted to get it live because I was just about to catch the fill. Yeah. So there we go, guys. Gorev, thank you for this one. Luis Martinez, I'm going to show you out one more time. I see you in the chat always, and you're like, Joe, be patient. So that's what we're doing. I don't have much left, guys, about 5%, if that, if we're lucky. But there we go. Big trade here on TSLL, catching this whole trend and this breakout here, guys. So beautiful look. We'll pull up the 5-minute time frame, catching the meat of this move all the way up to the top. Now up 3% on the day, Sharif.
All right.
Tesla.
We're going to we took out the high of the day here, Joseph, on MVST. Now there's one more penny here to get printed. I'm waiting at 33s. There's a seller here of note at 32. Fantastic move up. This thing's up almost 40%, but there is a whole bunch of size that's reappearing here at 32. All right, now we're at 33. Now we just have to cross, and there's big size coming in here. So unlikely to be able to shake this unless I take it out at 32. Not going to happen. Just unpack my patience on this one. Let's see if we can get the print. I don't think I'm first in priority because I just posted that order not that long ago. About maybe a little over 1,500 lots here on a $3 name. Shouldn't be too bad, but thickly traded book nonetheless. up 40%. Yeah, we'll pack our patience on there. There we go. Now we finally get the print there at 33s. MVST, good look. Off the volume weighted average price retracement originally. And we were looking for shorts on this one. I didn't end up taking it short as a result because it took that 320, 317. Yeah, I want to call it 320 level decisively on a closing basis. So yeah, MVST continues to move up here at the high of the day as we speak. Yeah, it showed a bunch of different lower highs. That's why I looked to Neil and I'm like, maybe this is a good idea for a short. And then once it didn't break VWAP, it remained above VWAP the entire time. I didn't take the short. And then what I was alerted to was the break of this level right here. We broke through the lower high situation. You know, technically speaking, I could have been in this, and I didn't, obviously, at around 15s because that's when we broke the lower high, lower high, lower high. But that's not what we're looking at here, what coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's where we actually got into, and I took this one in the low 20s. So not a bad look here for MVST. Archer Aviation continues to move up off the volume weighted average price, about 11.15 or so. Good look there. SMR, we're still holding some of that as we get a lot closer to the high of the day. Now we're at 20s. The high of the day is 28s. I'm holding this thing from 21.47. So we've been holding it for a hot minute, looking for a couple of more outs here. If we're able to take out the high of the day here on SMR. New Scale Energy also involved in HCWB. Looking for this monster to hold above 14, but my price expectations are quite lofty. I'm waiting in the 60s. I've got 07s on. The reason I'm trying to think this way about holding it, because it's been holding 14. Right? Except for that candle that we talked about at 105 that probably stopped a lot of people out. Most of the prints have been above 14. So that's what I'm waiting for there. This guy's getting amped up.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say at this point.
Baby.
We're still climbing. We're just catching these fills left, right, and center here. What a move on Tesla. I don't even know what stock I'm in. This is crazy. People in the chat are still talking about Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. We're past that. We're way past that, Sharif.
A lot of people are behind on the stream. I've noticed that because they talk about stuff that we finished talking about a hot minute ago.
Make sure you hit the live. Make sure you hit it live, right? Because you know why, Sharif?
Do you want to show them how to do it live?
I'm showing them right now. We're doing it live, my guys. What a fun day with everyone here. You can see what a monstrous move here on TSLA. And that's the thing, though, Sharif. Let me emphasize on the fact that it took me 3 attempts to get this trade moving. Right? So my first one, I got stopped out small size. Second one, I enter again. The tape's telling me, hey, we're not ready to go. Beautiful. But then the price compression pattern and strength within the tape is like, all right, let's do this. Enter the position, double it up, triple it up. We want to make our best trades our strongest ones and with the largest amounts of size. Ooh. You can see that I got stopped out, but that's just with a fraction of a risk unit right there. I double it up and then I'm like, okay, it doesn't work. I just get out of the trade. But this is just like, I got to give thanks to Jose in the back, Wayner, Obi, and Brankos because they're telling me, Joe, you can find the trades. Now it's just up to you to continuously add on them. And Sharif, you know, for some time I've just been like working on the ads. And now it's just like second nature to me. If things are working out and you have confidence in conviction and confidence behind your system, then you'll have the ability to add into them. So.
Maybe you are just slow reading the chat. I don't know, Havana. I think it just like came in right there. So I don't know what you're talking about there,
Marvin
bro.
Harrison?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it just came in. Yeah. That was a couple of slow.
Yeah, he's just trying.
I think. Havana Wood, he's a complex guy.
Guys, here's the button.
Ooh.
Right there. In case you know this is you're not on YouTube yet. There's your boy. There's your boy. You hit that live button. So if I go back here and then I click this right there, it takes us all the way up to live. And then so I'm pretty sure everybody knows that, but I just want to let you know. Click that live button so you can hear what we're doing in real time. And oh baby, SMR taking out the highs. Joseph Wilson. Here we go. 22. We just got the print at 22.29. Sorry, it's at the high of the day right now. So I'm going to cancel this order. Doesn't make any sense for me to take out the high of the day or to take my last exit at the high of the day. If we're going to clear the high of the day, I'm going to look to 50s here. So we're going to go ahead and set up now at 48s, come what may. SMR has been a good one.
Initially started off a little bit rocky on it because it did retrace into the 20 when I anticipated a 10 hold up, but that doesn't matter. That feels like a long time ago. We're almost $1 in the money on this one. If we get the print at 50s, that'll be $1. So we'll have to pack our patience on SMR, see what this one ends up doing. Adara, what's going on up there?
Nothing crazy. I just want to let you guys know we have a new post on X at TTV Research. I started this a while back. Basically, what I did was I looked at a whole bunch of CEOs who left their publicly traded companies in 2024, and I calculated how much the stock price has changed from the opening of the day the CEO exit was announced to the present day. So in this case, yesterday's closing price. And so, of course, that doesn't really factor in when the new CEOs were announced. It only factors when the old CEOs left. So you cannot necessarily credit the new CEOs for all of these percentage changes. But either way, I think it's pretty interesting stuff. Boeing now actually green since the exit of Dave Calhoun. This is the third iteration I've done of this graphic, and the first time Boeing's been green, so good job, Kelly Ortberg. Peloton, nicely up since the exit of Barry McCarthy, but you have Starbucks, Estee Lauder, Nike, and Intel all red after the exit of their former CEOs. Also, the reason I reissued this today is because UNH, of course, announced the exit of CEO Andrew Whitty. So once we've had enough time since Andrew Whitty left, he will likely be added to a new iteration of this graphic, or maybe we'll do one for CEOs leaving in 2025. Either way, if you enjoy hyper-specific weird market content and rabbit holes like this, just tag me in this chat, Adara LePage on YouTube, with any ideas, and I would love to get some new infographics going. I'm always trying to see what you guys want to see on the account. Back to you.
Absolutely. Good
Thank
job.
you, Derek.
Yeah. Good job, Kelly says. I don't know if that was Ramin. Ramin says, good job, Kelly. So shout out to Ramin. Now my neighbor to just behind me there. So, I mean, yeah, guys, if we can pull up my chart here one more time, we're going to go over, guap 10. Let's eat. Exactly. We're all meant to eat guap. So, love seeing that there, guys. But yeah, here is the Tesla trade. Again, it took 3 attempts until we really got the ball rolling. And then for me, it's just working on adding into strong trends. So we're going to definitely take data points on these and look for those add positions throughout that. So if you're taking some off, then I should be adding some size back and looking for the continuation. Free rolling, as I would say. Joey Jabs, Woodbine this weekend. John Womack, what do you know about Woodbine? Oh, yeah, I think you told me before that you've been to Woodbine. To be honest with you, I haven't been there since the complete new renovations. It looks like a whole new
Woodbine Beach?
No,
Woodbine racetrack?
Yeah, the racetrack. Yeah, I haven't been there. I mean, your boy used to be, I remember the day I turned 18, me and my boys, we went and we bought a bunch of scratch tickets, and then we went to Georgian Downs for the ponies, like the day. We were just like, we were just gambling,
It's like
man,
a
back
full-out
in the day.
casino back there. They got a full-out casino now, though.
Yeah,
Isn't it like Toronto Casino?
Yeah, it's like, one of the large, they got actual tables now. Wow, Tesla screen, please. I only have one out left. I only have one out left, guys. This is absolutely crazy. But yeah, as for Woodbine, I might as well go back. I used to be a big ponies guy. Like, I would bet your box, triactors, tractors, exactors,
ponies
etc.
guy, eh?
Yeah, I used to be way back in the day. Yeah, see, that's where the nice fit started. Is I would go to the track and I would see all these guys wearing like the suits and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I want to do that.
That's cool.
And then,
I like that.
Yeah,
That's good
sure
vibe.
enough, there we go. But yeah, let's screen one more time. Sorry, guys. This is going to be my last out here on Tesla. We're now north of 330, so all those individuals on the short side of those 330 contracts are now in the money, and that is not what you want to be when you're writing contracts. So there you go, guys. 1384 and change on TSLA. Tesla is just continuing to go. Guap said it's going to go parabolic now. I'm like, it's already done it, but you can see it just take an absolute massive leg to the top side. So yeah, fantastic trading. Here's my last out right there, guys, on TSLA, and it continues to climb. So really nice look there, Sharif.
All right, man. Here we go. Are we gonna do it live here?
Do it, man.
Are we gonna do it live? Come on. I don't want to flatten out here, Joseph, but we're just talking about 1 penny. Come on, SMR. We're waiting.
Diamond hand.
We're waiting. We're waiting.
Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
To this day. To this day. Yes, all right.
Man.
SMR taking out tops, Joseph Wilson. Look, we were 7 pennies south of a Dollar Club winner, but this deserves an honorary Dollar Club winner. All right, here we go. SMR, guys.
How is this thing still climbing now?
Tesla? Stop chasing it, Joseph.
Oh, full disclosure though, let's talk about losses. Well, not a loss. I sold it, but I sold Tesla at 230 230, I think,
Okay.
230. So, yeah, I mean, but I grabbed some Robinhood. I told you guys, it is what it is. You're not going to be right all the time. Kathy Wood, Tesla, and that's what happens. I'm pretty sure before pre-split or post-split, Kathy Wood sold NVIDIA at the likes of probably I think like $1 or $10.
A lot of people did, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of people
right?
did. Yeah.
So I sold Tesla at 230 and change, and now it's completely roaring to the top side, but we picked up some Robinhood.
It is what it is, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is.
Hey, full disclosure, man. You're going to be right sometimes, you're going to be wrong sometimes, but when I'm right, I try to be hella right, Sharif. So, yeah.
Why don't you tell me about the NVDA trade that you told me about today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to balance it out. You told us about an L. Tell us about a dub.
Oh, big dubs. I've been telling you guys about the big
Okay.
dubs, man.
So then they know
About
about
the
it then.
contracts.
Yeah.
I told you guys I was grabbing NVDA from 105, and then I also had contracts, and I've just been selling into strength. Again, if you want to talk about dubs, I sold some contracts last Friday. If I were to be sitting on them until Monday, then yeah, I would have caught that gap up. But I told you I stuck to my game plan, and I'm happy about that, and I can't complain about the return that I've
Happy
seen.
for
in
you,
them.
brother,
And
man.
I've been
That's a good
posting it
look.
on X. I didn't even post. I realized some more gains over the past couple of days, but I've been posting the unrealized. It obviously grew, and my profits that I also been locking in as well too. I haven't posted the past couple too, but I've saved them, and maybe I'll do that too. So yeah.
Fantastic look. Fantastic look. Guys, I am in no trades now. I think for like the first time on the show, we're done our trade on. Oh. SMR, did you see your friend Tesla today? 4% and change, baby. You see where it's at, Randy? 330, baby. We're going back to 480, Randy?
No.
Your boy was out in Saudi today. He met
Hold on.
MBS.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna we'll get you to tap
no
into
problem.
Unity, and I'm gonna
my
do
bad.
Ozan.
My bad, Assassino.
Ozan.
Forgot.
Listen up. New traders, listen up. First month free. That's right. We're waiving fees. Trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to Elite. Analyze, strategize, capitalize. Our platform, it's everything infinite data. Instant trading, lightning fast market insights, game-changing charts, predict with backtesting, reliable real-time data, global markets at your fingertips, all in one platform. Don't miss out. Execute your best trades now. Ready to elevate your trading, guys?
Yes.
Scan that QR code or check the link in the description.
like
Shout
it,
out Tesla. Screen one more time, please, and thank you, guys. Bang. And that's it.
That's
where'd
it,
Randy
eh?
go?
Oh, yeah, he left.
Oh, he left just
He
like
left.
that.
He just dunks on us. It's
Show
kind
me.
of like how Dara shuts the door in our face.
Yeah.
It's just kind of that. That's
my
the.
days, Tesla.
It's still going, eh?
It's still going.
Why don't you have any more shares?
I tapped him. There's no way. No, you can't do that to me. There's no way. I'm not accepting that.
I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting it.
There's no way.
Nah, I'm playing with you. Obviously, that's a banger
Monster.
trade, man.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to
monster.
call that not a banger trade. You got to
Yeah.
clip that.
Yeah, we'll clip that.
Did you bring up the? Did you show the video though?
Of the.
The video, bro. Like you got to clip the trade. You got to do the video.
Oh yeah,
we got
the
a
clip.
routine here.
Yeah,
man.
the clip. Yeah. I mean, that one's long. That one's long. See, that's the thing. It's a long
That's
clip.
fine.
Yeah. So it was,
we can show it some other time.
Yeah, we'll show it some other time. But that's the thing. Oh, here it is.
What
Yeah,
happened?
we'll pull it up right here.
Okay.
This was this IBIT breakout. I'm gonna pull up
There
that
it is.
exact point.
That's,
Oh,
I think that's
not
that's
it.
a
Yeah,
badass intro.
that is. It's hard, man.
Hey, Chilean Nightmare made that.
Let's see. Okay, I'll send it over to you. I'm gonna find the
Yeah,
clip here,
no
and then we'll do it live.
We both, Joseph, Ozan is texting you. We both made good money off Tesla.
Let's
my
go.
350 calls paid a lot. Shout out to my man Ozan. BYND says Christmas, por favor. Absolutely, my man. There. Christmas. I like that. Let's have a look. Guys, this is LICN. I see you guys yelling about it. It looks fantastic. I'm still not touching it until it takes pre-market high. That you guys do whatever you want, but it's just not for me. BYND, what is the thing doing on the day? Wow, Beyond Meat's $193 million market cap. Okay, look, it's a good look on the day. It's done about 2.7 million shares of volume. It's good look. Most of the retracements do seem to find support at the 10 EMA. The deeper retracement, though, as you can see here, from that 256 down into 246, did go into the 20. So my suggestion to you is, if you're taking this long, you're either getting an entry-level position at the 10, DCAing into the 20 with your stop below VWAP. That's what I would tell you about that. But we're already at kind of near the high of the day. So I personally wouldn't be trading Beyond Meat. I just feel like there's, it's just way too much downward pressure on this. Let me find out the short interest for you.
yeah, light, 40.38%. I say that very facetiously, obviously. That is a large short float there. About 73.33 million share float, of which about a little bit less than 40.5% is board for short. So certainly a bit of a tougher look. D-Loaf, Sharif, can you pull up ELF daily? Had my girl buy it in the 60s. It's obviously low risk, sell here, short at 78. How do you treat this look? Stay long, close above 77? Question mark. Earnings May 21st. Shut out. My man D-Loaf. Let's have a look at ELF, ELF Beauty, obviously. Adara, isn't Warren in this one?
He was
Alta.
briefly in Alta, and then he basically sold his Alta right away because it was a really odd choice for him. I think he first offloaded a cool 96%, like the quarter after he got in, and then he quickly, I believe he's out of all of it.
All of it, okay.
I believe.
Thank you for Adara. I just confused Alta with ELF there. Anyway, let's have a look at the daily, see what the levels the OG D-Loaf's talking about. So he had his girl buy it in the 60s. So he's obviously well in the money over here. Good look. So you picked it up, my man, in and around here. So let's put the D-Loaf level. We're gonna put it at 61, just say, or 62, because that's a flat top break there. I happen to like that. Let's increase the thickness of the line so everybody can see it. Right there. What the hell did I just do? Trend line color. Oh, there we go. I changed the color, Joseph. That's not the move. All right, so you picked it up in and around there. That's a fantastic look. I happen to love that D-Loaf for a couple of reasons. Look at this. It acted as support forever at that level, loses it, then tries to reclaim it, but does hover below it because it's using it as resistance now. And then May 2nd, all hell breaks loose. It takes out 62 like it doesn't even matter and works its way all the way up into about $69. So I happen to love this. And then it did a bit of more of a consolidation here, using the 50 exponential on the daily as a support level after taking it, and now we're stair-stepping up. So what I'd say to you, D-Loaf, tell your girl to hold on to this for 100. Because that's where the 200 EMA is hanging out. So if we cleared the 50 by a substantial amount, and we're above the 50 by over $11, because the 50 EMA is at 67.25, we're at the high of the day of 78. So I would say, again, not financial advice, it never is, but I would say wait for that 200 and even tell her to wet the beak at 200. You don't know where this goes. This could go. So full disclosure, the blue line is the exponential moving average and the purple line is the simple moving average. Those are both 200. And the reason I keep that on there is because I use the EMA for more swing trading while the SMA is more for investing. So I keep that bad boy on there. The SMA D-Loaf's around 106 and change. That obviously will be different by the time we get up, if we get up into that $100 level. I'll submit to you likely the 200 probably be a bit, the EMA that is, probably be a bit below 100. So fantastic look on ELF Beauty. Obviously recently, it's still obviously a very weak stock, relatively speaking. That double top from February of, I want to say March 2024, and then again, July 2024. This thing has lost from top to bottom, lost 77% of its value. So you're picking it up at decent levels here, man. And yeah, it's a bit of a tough look, obviously, but she's picked it up at a good price. So I hope she prints up a storm. Yeah, let me know exactly how it goes. Get him, Joseph.
I couldn't find that video, man. I know Assassino sent it to me, but yeah, we couldn't get that one there. But that was a good one. I wonder what day that was when we caught that IBIT breakout. Apple's
breaking out. Something's happening here with Apple.
Let's check it out.
It's just regular
let's check it out.
Moves. Yeah. You want to look at it, or should I?
Yeah. I got it right here. Okay. Yeah, I see that breakout what you're looking at there, Sharif.
That 212 breakout.
Yeah. Oh, that's bigly over there. Yeah. So yeah, see, look at this here. Look at the volume profile here as well, too, guys. That's a positive sign. That can confirm that breakout as you crack through some of these key resistance zones. 211, and then you have that volume supporting that move. So there you go, guys. Nice call out there from Sharif. He has it on his side charts as well, too. Sorry, I was looking for a video when we caught that IBIT breakout. I see a lot of tags in the chat. Thomas, thank you guys for an awesome show. See everyone later. Yeah, of course. End of the Woods, you may have talked about this already, but did you watch the Eubank? Yeah, Jen, that was your interpretation of the decision. Yeah, I agree with that. I love that fight. Good stuff there. Thanks, Julie, for turning me into NVDL. Been riding it up all day, says Julie B. Thanks, Joseph. No problem. Thank you. Epic Strategy. Much love for you. Chef Joe, I'm still holding 2K shares of Tesla. Bang. Let's go on that front. You're looking good. Happy for you, brother, says Adam Deleuze. Much appreciated, my guy across the pond. And let's see what everybody else is saying here in the chat. Thank you for that. Christmas Beyond, por favor. Okay, please, thank you. We'll go check that out. Ozan, we both made money, it seems, off of Tesla. My 350 calls paid a lot. I know somebody who's in some 350 calls. Not going to mention who, but he's obviously printing up a storm. Joey Jabs, Preakness, Saturday number 6. What does that mean, my friend John Womack? I'm curious what that is. Chef Joe McCaffrey, I'm never selling. I'm now at 2,500 shares, average around 148. Congrats, man. We will be millionaires. It sounds like you're going to be a millionaire first. I'm going to need that IBIT trade to get up into those Tesla levels in order for me to do so. But yeah, we're going to send it off to Adara, guys, and we're going to get right back into Tesla because it is crazy.
So yeah, keep an eye here. It looks like that move on Apple. I'm not seeing anything Apple specific, but Trump posted again on Truth Social. I will show you guys the post, and I will also read it out because it's another one about the Fed here. No inflation and prices of gasoline, energy, groceries, and practically everything else are down, 3 exclamation points. The Fed must lower the rate, like Europe and China have done. What is wrong with too late, Powell? Not fair to America, which is ready to blossom, question mark. Just let it all happen. It will be a beautiful thing, exclamation point. This tweet seems to be what gave Apple that move. I'm not seeing anything else Apple specific. And in case you missed it, Apple already actually moved earlier today on Trump comments. It did get a little bit of a brief drop after Trump mentioned that CEO Jensen Huang of NVIDIA was present at this Saudi Arabia U.S. investment forum, but Tim Cook of Apple wasn't there. So that happened earlier today, but either way, yeah, Apple seems a little bit sensitive. Today, here also is Qualcomm, QCOM on watch, not moving too much, but I think worth noting that they did announce, Qualcomm here, QCOM, announcing a strategic collaboration with Aramco Digital to develop, deploy, and commercialize edge AI industrial IoT technology and solutions. So Qualcomm, one of many American companies announcing a team up with a Saudi-based company today. Donald Trump's also set to participate in the state dinner. It hasn't started yet. The stream is open. Nothing is happening. Back to you.
Bad, Timmy C. Bad.
Bad.
Show up, bro. Like, you're not selling iPhones in the Middle East, man.
Come on,
Show
bro.
up.
Come on,
Show
bro.
up to China all the time.
Yeah.
What a guy, man.
If we can pull up that, actually we don't need to pull it up, but I want to touch on what Trump just said. I actually happen to disagree with on lowering rates because if the prices of everything are coming
Don't say that.
down,
He'll come after you, bro.
That's fine.
He'll come after you, bro.
Come after me. Come after me.
He starts a tweet storm at you.
Yeah,
he'll be the end of you.
He's going to be the yeah, it will be the end of me. And it's unfortunate. But like Elon, if you're going to kind of blackmail me with money and power, by all means, I don't care.
Get the hell out of here, bro. You're not the richest man in the world.
You like that
he
one?
can say that.
I don't care. I don't
can say that.
But listen, no, but here's the, I just don't think why would you lower rates right now with the chance of reigniting inflation? I just don't see it. If everything's going on the path that you want it to, then just stick to it, right? If you know the typical old saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And he's claiming that nothing's broken right now, so there's no need to fix it any further way. So.
But can we agree that Papa has been late to the game on more than one occasion?
Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was talking about it the other day. How do you allow inflation to get to 9% before you start
and put your foot down and call it transitory?
Right.
Like, he put his foot down on that. Like, he was insisting.
Like, how do you start QT when you're at 9%?
There you go, man. And
it just doesn't make sense.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, the Fed's independence, I think, should be respected. We saw what happened with the market when Donald started floating the idea that he wanted to fire him. The market took a turn, bro. Yeah. It took a turn. So I think the market really does want the Fed's independence at all costs here. They don't want it to be political.
Yeah, we don't want it to be a political entity.
At the same time.
Yeah, whatsoever, right? Like, so if anything, Jerome Powell now has to put his foot down and say, I'm not going to.
And that's the thing. That's what Donald is missing. Mm-hmm. So if, Jerome wants to kind of double down on the Fed's independence, he's not going to cut.
No, exactly.
When Donald keeps pounding the desk.
Keep telling him to cut. No, that's not what you want.
And let's talk about something else. Your friends at Goldman Sachs, your friends at JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, all cutting the likelihood of a recession down. I think it was Goldman that dropped it from 45% likelihood down to 35. So all of a sudden, we're kicking the can down the road, Joseph. We're not talking about a likely July cut anymore. Now we're talking about September. That's going to irk Donald even more.
But again, in Donald's case, why? If you just mentioned prices are down, gas is down, the cost of food and everything is down. So why would you want to cut rates right now? You don't need to.
Yeah, bro, I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
But what is
I respect what you have to say here.
What positive would come out of cutting rates right now?
I'm assuming, obviously, there would be some more liquidity pumped in for these non-Mag 7 names. So the small caps would run.
So the small caps.
Yeah.
Strength within the small caps.
And it'll be nice for rotation. It's nice being in the Mag 7. Obviously, you and I are.
What do you need rotation for if your best players are being your best players?
And I want to say that because innovation doesn't always just start at the top. We see that.
No,
we see these guys buying out companies, the wrath of Lena Khan, blocking everybody from picking up M&A. And so I do think that these smaller companies have something to offer, right? But you got to set the right financial environment for that, tone for them, right? So that's just my little 2 cents there. Let's see what, we got a super chat from my man KB. U.S. debt refinance will be broken without rate cuts. Hey, man. We have that issue on this side of the border as well. A lot of people took out mortgages during the low interest during the COVID period that are up for renewal in 26. So there was that concern that if rates remained elevated on this side of the border, a lot of people would be forced to sell their homes because they would no longer qualify for the mortgage or the house that they actually live in. It's kind of a crazy scenario that we found ourselves in, but the Bank of Canada has been quick to act. They did cut interest rates substantially, unlike the U.S. Fed. Adara, what's up?
What's up here is Donald Trump, or I'm guessing Donald Trump does limo. It's a limo with some American flags attached to it. He's pulling up here at this Saudi dinner. We knew this dinner was happening. I will be keeping an eye on this. Again, it's always worth noting what he speaks because Donald Trump has the propensity to say something that could and often does move the market anytime that he speaks or posts on Truth. So that's why I'm covering it. I just want to let you guys know that is why we get the coverage of this that we get, because it's always better to be aware, and I want to keep you guys apprised. If anything comes of this, I will, of course, let you know right away. Right now, though, it just looks like this limo is happening, and people are stepping out. Back to you.
More hot money coming in here. Wow. We got Coach Hartman all the way from Europa. 22 euros there, Joseph. Dang. That's not a joke. Joe, the debt ran up in the COVID years, has to be rolled over. USA needs those rates lowered.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for that. I think you're kind of echoing the sentiment that KB guy said there. I also want to look at my man Eddie R. Shout out to Eduardo. Sharif, just ask yourself, what is his debt and if interest rates affect personal loans for him? So you're taking the view here that he's trying to basically make his finances a bit better. So I'm assuming what you're saying, Eddie, is that he's levered up big.
Okay.
And if he's levered up big, he wants those rates down so that his cost of borrowing drops. I don't have the facts to be able to argue with you. I don't know how much he's levered up. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, he's obviously, Donald is obviously levered right up.
He's a billionaire too, exactly. So you got to assume the balance sheets on both sides here.
You don't get to that status without leveraging whatever
Absolutely.
you have,
No,
right?
no, and
so
he's a real estate guy too.
Exactly. So there you go. There's the ultimate leverage product right there is real estate. Sorry, Sharif, can I cover one thing here quick? Yeah. So Dumbo Things Films, I think this is important to note. Had a 4-digit loss today. I'm still pretty brand new to trading less than a year. Those happen. Mostly trading options, most definitely you'll endure those 4-digit losses. If you don't mind me asking how you deal with major losses, do you take a break? Absolutely. You do your best to just walk away for the day, analyze what you did wrong, and then just make sure you're gonna do it multiple times. There's no beating around that bush, but the quicker you learn, the better you're off. For me, it was either like I'm gonna go hit the gym, I'm gonna go outside for a run, etc. Or if you like you go drink a beer, just take a day off, ease out, cool out a little bit. And then if it takes the rest of the week for you to get your mind around it, then take the rest of the week off. The market's not going anywhere. I've endured plenty of 4-digit losses. This is, again, if you want to stay in this game long enough, just make sure you have those stop losses in place, and make sure it's few and far between, right? So you don't want it to happen too often. Again, if you have 1 or 2 of those 4-digit losses a year, that's totally normal because it happens to the best of us. And you got to understand, you're relatively new to trading. Losing is a part of this game. I went over my Tesla trade. I went over my IBIT trade. I went 0 for 2 on IBIT. Started the day 0 for 2. Put 1 good trade on Robinhood. That works out. And then I pull into Tesla. I essentially start 0 for 1 on that one. Get a break-even trade, and then it takes that 3rd time for things to get rolling. So just get comfortable with losing. As they say in the trading game, the best loser wins, and what we want to do is keep those losses as small as possible and then exponentially bet size into those winners. So just take it on the chin. Tomorrow's a new day, and I'm sure you'll be okay.
Ozan. In fact, he is just repeating Powell should cut, as Trump will say. When he cuts, he will say Powell did it because I told so. Yeah, of course, he's going to try to take credit for it. Ozan, I mean, we've seen him do that all the time. You know, the market goes up, he takes credit for it. The market goes down, he blames it on Biden, right? I mean, he's a politician. No, seriously, though, Neil, there's a really interesting part. Who remembers that movie Traffic from back in 2000 or 2001? Get it, Adara. Yeah, remember that movie, man? All right, so here's the deal. One of those scenes, Michael Douglas is playing the drug czar, right? He's been hired by the president to get things under control, way too much cocaine coming from Mexico into the United States. Michael Douglas is a drug czar. So he goes to meet his this guy who's assigning him the role. And the guy who assigns him the role said, it's actually his predecessor. The guy who he's taking over from, a military guy. Michael Douglas in the movie was a former judge. And so he's sitting down, he's giving Michael Douglas advice as the incoming drug czar about how to deal with politics. He's like, look, when you know what hits the fan, you're gonna need a way out. So what I suggest you do, listen to this, Joe.
I'm listening.
Sit down right now and write 2 letters, okay? For your predecessor. And he's like, I've written you 2 letters. And he's like, all right, when you get into the first jam, open up the first letter. And the first letter, he opens it up, and what he tells him basically what he's going to say. He's going to be like, blame everything on me, his predecessor. So Michael Douglas gets himself in a jam. He blames his predecessor. Works like a charm. He gets out of the jam. He gets in his second jam. He opens up that next letter that was left for him. You know what it says? Sit down and write 2 letters. You're out.
You're out.
You can blame me once, but that's it. Like, how many times are you going to blame me? You got to sit down now, and somebody's going to take over for you, and they're going to blame you.
They're going to blame
and they're going to have one shot at it. Obviously, it's just like a saying. There's really no substance behind it. The point is, though, you take credit when it's good, you blame when it's bad. I mean, that's just politics 101. I don't think that has anything to do with Donald Trump.
I've seen some people in the chat, they're saying, Joe, rate cuts for housing. You know what? I'm going to have my take on it, whether you agree or disagree on it. So think about it. Now everybody in the chat saying, okay, we need a rate cut so you can get into the housing market. So, okay, what happens? You think that housing prices are too high, mortgage rates are too high, but then what happens when everybody who's been sitting on the sideline steps into the market and there's not enough supply? What's going to hapen, right?
Yeah, well said.
Right? That's just me. Like, I'm listening to what you guys have to say. I live in an overheated housing market. Trust me, I know. In the States, you guys get to lock it in for 30 years or whatever it may be.
There's no such thing here, bro.
Yeah, we get 5 years. Yeah. And that's what I'm referring to. Rate cuts right now will not do you any form of justice in the housing market, in my opinion, because all the people on the sidelines are just going to be coming in, flooding in the market, and with limited supply, it's just going to increase the demand, and with increased demand comes increased prices. So that's why I disagree on the rate cut.
You have a great point there. You have a great point from one perspective in that the supply issue hasn't changed. They have a supply issue. I'm talking about the Americans.
Yeah.
Canadians have a worse supply issue.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the lower rates, Joseph, will help people stay into their homes. So
stay into it. Yes, absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't think it's gonna help you get into it.
No, because because other people are gonna see the lower rates. All of a sudden, mortgage demand goes up, and they're getting all gung ho with it, and that maintains prices, not increases.
I watched an interesting bit about the Toronto housing market. It's not that we feel like there's a limited supply, but we actually have too much supply of those micro units. So everything that's like 500 square feet and much. right? You need those. They're not single-family homes, so there's plenty of supply of those one bedrooms with like 400 square feet.
Yeah.
But nobody wants those. No one wants to live in a shoebox.
Well, I mean, I think the people that buy those as well are not in a good financial position. I'm talking about the 20-somethings, the early 30-somethings. A lot of them
those are
not.
young individuals
Exactly.
who are getting into those, and it's like, okay, I'll live in them for a couple of years and then look.
But they're not able to get in. In fact, most kids are trying to. Apparently, they're getting deposit or down payments from their parents.
Absolutely.
It's like basically that's what I've been hearing a lot lately. Is that the 500 square foot, 800 square foot condo that got 300 to 800 or whatever range you want to call it. The buyer for that is the one who's super squeezed at the moment. The people above that, it's not hurting as much.
Yeah,
but
they're
we're
not too
digressing a
worried
little bit
about
here.
that. So.
Yeah, all right, guys. Gotten a little bit off topic here, but we'll get right back into these markets. Let's have a look at what's going on. I haven't reviewed the MEG on the day. Let's have a quick look to see how the MEG is doing. As Joseph has been showing you all day, Tesla is a dang rocket ship. It is by far the best looking MEG 7 name on the day right now. It's up 5.16%. It doesn't have to be the biggest winner, and it certainly didn't start off this way, but Tesla has really found a bid, guys. And let's look at the daily here on Tesla, because I think we're fundamentally changing the look. So where do we have resistance here, Joseph? I think we're going to encounter some resistance likely at 360. There's a whole bunch of previous area tops, 1, 2, 3 over here that could prevent us from ascending, but we'll have to get through that $50 level before we see that $60 level. But Tesla, what a fantastic look on the day, but it's really good for all the MEG 7 names. There is no MEG 7 name that's excluded unless your ticker is MSFT. Microsoft, the only negative name on the day, and I'll submit to you this probably has more to do with Microsoft really running up lately. Look at that move up, guys. Look at this. As recently as early April, we were down all the way to 335. We're over $100 higher, guys. And since that early April low, Microsoft is up 34%.
Let's go.
This is a $3 trillion name. This is not normal to move like that. So Microsoft, even though it's kind of a dead one today, it has been very strong as of late, guys. So we'll keep an eye out on that. We are now overtime, though. The big kahunas, they're locked and loaded, and they're already showing up at the bottom of the screen, Joseph. I'm going to see everybody in about a few seconds at the green screen. Send them off, my man.
Yeah, I mean, great trading day, man. Great conversation with all of you guys. So, again, just keep it coming in. We love talking with you from a day-to-day standpoint. And hopefully everyone had a solid session. If not, there's always going to be tomorrow. You can't always be green every day, but you can try your hardest, and that's all that matters.
Peace.
All right, thank you, guys. Yeah, Palantir just fell off of the cliff here at 130. I mean, the whole market is trying to come down. Welcome back, everybody. I am long the TQs right here, just trying to see if we can catch a little bit of a bottom back down